All right, we're here. We're here, everybody. We are on and we are live. Here we go. I hope everybody's doing well. My name is Jason Harrison Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Hopefully, you're all doing well and having yourselves a lovely night. Yes, it is nighttime. It is 7:58 p.m. Eastern Time on the East Coast, and that means it is time for Game 5 of the World Series. So, we got the Flyers scoreboard up over here, and we have some really cool graphics on here as well. So, if you are new, make sure you like, subscribe, and make sure that you know when I upload by clicking that notification bell icon. Brink of elimination, I'm just ready to enjoy a good broadcast and hopefully a good game. I don't have a dog in this fight. That's the spirit, Larry. Larry's here. What's up, Larry? How you doing? Yes, hello. They can't lose. Their bats have to come out swinging hard, says Katie. Katie's here. Mike Green's here. Yes, Daniel S. Sports, or Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is here. And Psych Boxes is here as well. Welcome on in. Make sure that you like as you come on in. And we'll talk about these two teams because last night, the Texas Rangers, they put up 10 runs in the first 3 innings. They really scored 5 runs in the second and 5 runs in the third. And from that point on, it was just, you pretty much knew that it was going to be game over. However, the Arizona Diamondbacks didn't go down without a fight. It got a little bit dicey at the end. It certainly became a little bit closer. And I think that this Diamondbacks team, they're going to be really hard to put away. So I know that the Rangers lead the series 3-1. I expect this still to be a good series. I really do. I would be shocked if the Arizona Diamondbacks didn't at least come out with a big fight tonight because they have a lot left, in my opinion. And they're a team that you just can't count out. You really just can't. You literally have to earn your spot against them. And they're a team that just does not quit. They're very relentless. And that's just how they are. So on the mound for the Texas Rangers, it'll be Nathan Eovaldi. And Eovaldi will be going up against Zach Gallen. So it's just both the starters from Game 1. And that should be very interesting for sure. It should be a really good rubber matchup. I expect both pitchers to go pretty deep. And it should be a toe-to-toe matchup and a very close game. My final score predictions, I'm going to say it'll be 4-2, and I usually don't do this, but because we're doing this as a national cast and I wanted to try something a little bit different, we're going to say 4-2. It'll be Diamondbacks. That's what I think it'll be. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game tonight. I really do, but I could totally be wrong 1,000%. And the Rangers, they have a very good team, even though they're missing Adolis Garcia and they're missing Max Scherzer. Corey Seager has been red hot. Marcus Semien is starting to pick up some slack, too, offensively. Josh Young has been putting up a lot of really good at-bats, and Mitch Garver as well. They just have a lot of nice players to them, and they can do a whole lot of damage at the plate and on the field as well. So, and then the Diamondbacks, of course, you expect Corbin Carroll and Ketel Marte to go out there swinging today and be able to put up some really big fights at the plate and just fight off some pitches. Make Nathan Eovaldi work. And for them, that's what they're going to have to do. And just get back to the Arizona Diamondbacks baseball that we've seen throughout this entire playoffs, where they just play small ball, where they're able to take their bases and they're able to come up with really big steals. That's what they've been known to do. And if you're the Texas Rangers, you're going up against Zach Gallen. This is a guy who has done really, really well at home. You got to make him feel uncomfortable in that first inning. You really need to put up some really good at-bats. You have to fight off pitches. You have to make him throw strikes. And if he's not throwing strikes and he looks a little bit off, you have to take advantage of that. And you just have to, have really good plate discipline. That's what you got to do. Oh, boy. All right, let's make sure that we put this down. Oh, man. Ooh, a rare JJ prediction. Yes. D-backs need Gallen today. Sorry I didn't follow the game last night. I had a community orchestra rehearsal. Oh, that's so cool, dude. I think that's awesome. That is really, really cool. So, yeah, let's talk about the starting lineups. As Nathan Eovaldi is going to go out there on the mound in career clinching games. He's actually 3-0 with a 1.42 ERA. But in regards to the Texas Rangers lineup, you got Marcus Semien over at second base. You got Corey Seager, the shortstop. He's batting second. Evan Carter batting third out in left field. And then we got Mitch Garver as the DH. Josh Young is over at third base. Nathaniel Lowe is the first baseman. Jonah Himes over at catcher. He's batting seventh. Batting eighth, it'll be Leody Taveras. And then he's out in center field. And batting ninth, of course, is Travis Jankowski. And Jankowski's playing out in right field. So once again, just to recap really quickly, it's Semien over at second. Seager's at short. The left fielder is Carter. Garver is the DH. And then Young is over at third. He's batting fifth. Sixth will be Lowe over at first. Himes the catcher, batting seventh. And batting eighth, it'll be Taveras out in center field. And Jankowski's batting ninth over in right field. Eovaldi's on the mound for the Texas Rangers. And taking the hill for the Arizona Diamondbacks, it'll be former third-round pick Zach Gallen, who's 28 years old. He's 6'2", weighs 189 pounds. In this postseason, he's 2-2 with a 5.27 earned run average. In 5 games started, has 27 1/3 of an inning under his belt in this postseason. And there's 18 strikeouts he has with a 1.50 whip as well. So, again, the main thing for Zach Gallen, of course, we know that he has a really good four-seamer. He also has a very good two-seamer as well, and curveball and some really good off-speed pitches. But if you're the Rangers, we talked about how you have to really put up good at-bats early. For Zach Gallen, the one thing that you got to look out for with him is, he can really get comfortable once he settles in. So if he's able to just throw strikes in the very beginning and paint those corners, I think that he can have a very good outing tonight for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Opponents are actually batting .272 against him. We talked about how many strikeouts he has. He has 13 walks allowed and has allowed 6 home runs. So also the changeup and the cutter have been really effective for him just overall. He did a good job at utilizing those changeups and cutters early on in that first game of the World Series. There's Torey Lovullo in the Diamondbacks dugout. As the fans are sitting and waiting for Game 5, they are hoping that the Arizona Diamondbacks will at least push the series all the way to Texas. Yes, Nelbert Joe's here. What's up, Nelbert? I think the Diamondbacks coiled, settled down for a good bite on this. Go Diamondbacks. Wow, what's up, Nelbert? How you doing, man? All right, so we're just about ready to get things started. Brian Knight is behind home plate. Vic Carpaz is going to be the reserve umpire tonight, and we'll go over the rest of the crew chief in just a little bit. But Marcus Semien is ready to take a step into the box as he comes out from the dugout. The Rangers have outscored the Diamondbacks 13-0 in innings 1 through 3 over their last 2 games, and they scored 10 runs last night in the second and in the third inning. They scored 5 runs in each of those innings to make it 10. Yes. All right, so here comes Semien as the Rangers are in their regular away uniforms with their dark blue uniforms on the top and the white pants or the silver pants on the bottom. The pitch, that's outside for ball 1. That's how we get things started. So Semien was a guy that really struggled in his first 15 games of the postseason, but had a good game last night. The 1-0 pitch, that's down low for ball 2. We'll get back to that in a second, but just want to mention that the Arizona Diamondbacks, they got their regular home jerseys with the white uniforms, as well as the light blue letters on the front, and or the white blue numbers on the front, and the white blue letters on the back, and the black letters on the back as well. 2-0 pitch, that's fouled off. Not even sure what to predict for a score after last night, says Travis. 2 balls, 1 strike. Gallen gets set from the letters, kicks, steals the pitch. Popped up. Hit over towards center field. And making the catch is Alex Thomas for out number 1. So Semien flies out to center, and Corey Seager is going to step up to the plate. Batting on the left side, he has a blue batting glove on his left hand and a black batting glove with some white on his fingertips on his bottom hand. It's pretty interesting. Very color coordinated, I guess. The pitch that's outside for a ball. Gowan wearing 2 necklace chains as he gets set from the letters. The 1-0 pitch that's on the outside corner. It's a knuckle curve at 83 miles per hour. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out in the top of the first as Semien just popped out to center. Gowan gets the signs from his catcher, Marino. The 1-1 pitch that's in there for a strike. So Marino, the battery for Zach Gallen. And from the rest of the defensive lineup, in regards to the infield, you got Walker at first. You got Marte over at second. Longoria is at third. And Perdomo's at short. The 1-2 pitch, there's a screamer that's hit out to right field, but it's hooking foul. And that goes out of play. Then in the outfield, from left to right, defensively for the Snakes, it'll be Gurriel Jr. And then you got Thomas out in center and Carroll out in right. The 1-2 pitch, there's a grounder. Hit over to shortstop, Perdomo has it, fields it cleanly, throws over to first, and there's 2 away. So Semien pops out to center, and Seager grounds out to short. And already 2 quick outs. It is 73 degrees, according to the Game Time app, or the AccuWeather forecast, I should say, out in Arizona. First pitch to Evan Carter's taken on the outside corner for a strike. So Carter batting on the left side. He is batting .313 in the postseason with a couple of RBI. 0-1 is the count. And time is called very quickly by Marino as he wants to charge out to the mound for a conversation. All right. The over-under for tonight's game, according to Caesars Sportsbook, is 8.5 runs. And the money line as of now is Arizona. Their money line is -110. Of course, that can change within the blink of an eye. The 0-1, up high for ball 1. So Gowan already with 11 pitches in just the first inning so far. He has a black leather glove. The 1-1 pitch. There's a foul ball towards the third base side. Say Gowan also has very curly hair. In case you're trying to picture him, he's wearing his glasses and has the black Diamondbacks hat on with the red logo on the top of the cap. You think it's going to go, or you think it's going to be 7-6? Okay. Carter is 2 for 3 lifetime against Gowan. Dewey and nobody on in the top of the first. The 1-2 to Carter. Swing and a miss, and Zach Gowan is able to retire the side. He gets a 1-2-3 inning to start off the top of the first, and we go to the bottom of the first here at Chase Field. All right, we're going to take the hat off. All right. Hi, guys. Hello. Yeah, man. I hope you're doing well, and hopefully you're having a good day. Denver says hearts on the thought on the Harden trade. Yeah, so I do apologize. I was going to go on today and ended up doing some other stuff and mismanaged my time. So I apologize about that, and that's not cool, and that shouldn't happen again. Thoughts on the Harden trade, though? I mean, just overall, I'll give it to you like in a little snippet because then I gotta get back to the lineups. But it was a good move. The Sixers had to do it. They got stuff back. So, yep, life happens. Yeah, well, no excuse. Anyhow, I think that the Sixers got some good stuff back. That's just my overall thoughts in just the span of 5 seconds. It had to be done. Let's get back to our regular program. So we got Corbin Carroll leading things off. He's out in right field for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Then Ketel Marte will be over at second base. He's batting second. Batting third, it'll be Gabriel Marino. And then you got Christian Walker batting in the cleanup spot over at first base. Out at the DH spot, it'll be Tommy Pham. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. is out in left field. He's batting sixth. Alex Thomas is batting seventh. He's out in center field. Evan Longoria, the third baseman, he's batting eighth. And Geraldo Perdomo is batting ninth. He's over at shortstop. So Corbin Carroll, the right fielder, he's batting leadoff. Marte over at second, batting second. Marino is the catcher. He's batting third. Christian Walker's batting fourth. Tommy Pham fifth. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. sixth. Alex Thomas seventh. Evan Longoria eighth. And Geraldo Perdomo ninth. Yes. All right. Naps happen, says Larry. I guess that they do. All right. I think after this inning's done, we're going to take the sweater off because we're starting to get a little bit hot up here. I think that'll make us feel a little bit better, too. So, Eovaldi, in Game 1 of the World Series, went 4 2/3. He allowed 5 earned runs. Opponents were... The Diamondbacks as a whole were batting .300 against him. But in his first 4 starts, he allowed 7 earned runs in 26 innings and had less than a .250 average against. Here comes Corbin Carroll batting on the left side. He takes a ball down low. He threw 34% of his four-seamer, Eovaldi, in Game 1. And Splitter ended up throwing that 30% of the time. The 1-0 pitch, that's up high for ball 2. Carroll is hitting .222 in this series. He's 4 for 18 to be exact, with no homers and just 3 RBI. 2 balls, no strikes. Eovaldi winds up and delivers, and that's outside and high for ball 3. So Eovaldi, on his first 3 pitches, cannot find the strike zone. He has a dark orange fielding glove on him. The 3-0 pitch, that's outside for ball 4, so a straight walk to start off the bottom of the first. And Carroll is aboard. The crew chief for tonight's game, you got Brian Knight over at home plate, Bill Miller's at first, DJ Rayburn's at second, and the third base umpire will be Quinn Wolcott. The left field umpire will be Alfonso Marquez, and David Rackley is out in right field. We're in the bottom of the first. Rangers and Diamondbacks scoreless so far. Carroll leads off at first. Runner goes. It's in there for a strike to throw over the second base. It's not in time. Carroll slides in there with his left foot first and is able to snipe second base. So a walk and a stolen base, and that puts Carroll in scoring position. Marte batting on the left side, took a strike on the outside corner. Heim had a pretty good throw, but the swipe was just a little bit late. Now, did Carroll's foot come off the bag? That's the question. I don't think it did. Nope, it did not. Got his left foot in there first, and then his back right foot was able to get in there. The ball is 1 strike. The bunt is placed down, but it's chopped foul behind the plate. You smell a bunt? Well, that's exactly what happened. Except it was a foul ball. No balls, 2 strikes. And Carroll is already in scoring position. So Eovaldi, as we just mentioned before, is 4-0 in the postseason with a 3.52 ERA. Has 36 Ks in 30.2 innings. No balls, 2 strikes to Marte. The 0-2 pitch, grounder hit over to second base. This is going to put Corbin Carroll over to third, but the ground out is made, and there's 1 out. As Carroll is now 90 feet away from scoring. Is there anything Carroll can't do? I know, he's such an incredible ball player. He really is. If he doesn't win Rookie of the Year, I don't know who will. Tracy's here. What's up, Tracy? How you doing? 1 out in the bottom of the first. And now Gabriel Marino's coming up. And he takes that one on the outside corner for strike one. It was a cutter at 92 miles per hour. Marino in his first 3 games was 1 for 13 with an RBI and a run scored, but in Game 4 he was 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBI. Infield playing in the 0-1. It's down low for ball 1. Decided to go with a splitter there, Eovaldi that is. So, the defensive lineup for the Rangers from 1 through 9. Eovaldi on the mound. His battery, it'll be Jonah Heim. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. In the bottom of the first, the pitch. Grounder hit over to short, and the throw over to first is in time, so Carroll's not going to be able to score, and there's 2 away. It was hit pretty sharply, and the infield was playing in towards the infield grass, so it would have been not a wise decision for Carroll to go. At first base, it'll be Lowe. Second base for the Rangers defensively, they got Simeon. At short, it'll be Seager. And third, it's Young. From left to right, we got Carter, Tavares, and Jankowski. So 2 outs and Christian Walker's coming up. Again, Carroll still over at third. Takes the first pitch down low and way outside. 1-0 is the count. Eovaldi with 11 pitches so far in the bottom of the first. Carroll leads off over at third. The 1-0 pitch to Walker. It's fouled off. Take the sac fly out of the mix, says Hardcore for All. So Walker in the regular season led the team in homers with 33 and RBI with 103. Just has 1 homer in this postseason along with 7 RBI. And he's due here. The 1-1 swing gonna miss. That was a 4-seamer that was upstairs, and he swung on and missed at it just at the upper chest level. Can the Texas Rangers go undefeated on the road this postseason? Well, means that they're going to have to win the World Series tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Eovaldi gets set, kicks, fires, and it's fouled off again at 97 miles per hour. So Walker is from Norristown, Pennsylvania. He's 32 years old. Made his debut on September 17th of 2014 for the Baltimore Orioles. Played with them for just a couple of years and has been with the Diamondbacks since 2017. The 1-2 pitch to Walker. Check swing. It was inside. Did he go? They say no over at first base. Not far from where I grew up. Yep. He's a local guy. He won a Gold Glove in 2022. Was also the recipient of the Fielding Bible Award this year and last year. The 2-2 pitch, that's fouled off. So Carroll's over at third. We're in the bottom of the first in Game 5 of the World Series. We're scoreless so far. Eovaldi's on the mound for the Rangers, and Zach Gallen will go back out there to pitch the second inning. Carroll's at third. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Christian Walker with 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch. It's just off the plate. And it's a full count now. It was a cutter that was outside, and Heim did everything he could to just try to frame it, but it was the right call by Brian Knight. The count is full to Walker. Big pitch coming up here. The payoff pitch to Christian Walker. It's up high for ball 4. And that's going to put runners at the corners. So 2 walks allowed by Eovaldi, and that's not really a frequent sight that you see. So now Tommy Pham, Mr. Fantastic, is coming up. In this series, he's 8 for 16. He had a 4-hit game in Game 2 of the World Series. Walker's at first. He just walked over to first, and Carroll's at third. First pitch to Pham. It's fouled off. Showing a replay of Tommy Pham's home run against Nathan Eovaldi in Game 1 of the World Series, and he hit it a long ways. So the 35-year-old up at the plate with runners at the corners and 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the first. The ball's 1 strike. Eovaldi gets set, kick, steals the pitch, grounder. It's over to shortstop and the flip over the second. That's going to end the inning. It was hit pretty sharply and backhanded by Seager. But a 6-4 fielder's choice is how the inning ends. No runs, no hits, 2 men left, both on walks allowed by Eovaldi, and the Diamondbacks come up short, and we go to the top of the second. All right, I will be right back in just a few moments. All right, I'm going to take my sweater off. I'll be right back. We're back. There we go. David Parker's here. What's up, David? How you doing, man? Thanks for coming on here. Hopefully you're having yourself a good night, my guy. Comment down below which team you are rooting for. Well, you just said it. Go Texas. Never mind. You beat me to the punch, and I saw your name, so I probably should have just read that. Whatever. Move on. All right, so in case you are new to the channel, though, what we do is we do Phillies baseball, we do 76ers basketball, we do Flyers hockey, and we do Eagles football on here as well. And speaking of the Flyers, they're tied 2-2 against the Buffalo Sabres. And with 9:01 left to go in the second period, Flyers are all tied up. Playing on TNT, I didn't know that. Carter Hart left tonight's game. Really? Uh-oh. That's not good. I did not know that. Anyone seen the blooper reel of the 2023 regular season? We had some funny plays this year. Saw it on MLB Network today. Nope. I didn't get a chance to watch it, man. Did not get a chance to watch it. Had a pretty busy day myself. So we're going to move this over here. And we're going to do that. And a little bit of that. There we go. All right. So the Rangers lead the World Series 3-1. And the Rangers are 1 game away, 1 win away from winning their first World Series title. Both teams have gone hitless so far. It was just in the first as we start off the top of the second. So the 28-year-old Zach Gallen is going to go out there to pitch the second inning. And Mitch Garver will be the first person that he deals with. First pitch is just outside for ball 1. So Garver, Young, and Lowe are all due up in this inning. That's 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order for Texas. The pitch. It's a knuckle curve that catches the knees for strike 1. Changes channel to the Flyers, says Houston to Dave. Well, now he wants to know. Now he wants to know about the injury. 1 ball, 1 strike. The next pitch, that's just on the outside corner for strike 2. So Garver is 2 for 7 lifetime against Gallen with a homer, 2 RBI, and a walk. Gallen gets set with the glove high. The next pitch, swing and a miss, and there's back-to-back strikeouts as Gallen got the final out of the first with a strikeout to Evan Carter, and he starts off the top of the second with a strikeout to Mitch Garver. One out in the top of the second inning. And the first pitch is taken outside for ball 1. So Young has 3 homers in the series. along with 8 RBI. There's Adolis Garcia, who got injured in Game 4 or Game 3 of the World Series. The 1-0 pitch. There's a grounder hit over to shortstop. Perdomo has it, flips it over to first, and there's 2 away. 2 quick outs so far in the top of the second inning. Now Nathaniel Lowe's coming up. So Lowe batting 6th. And he swings and hits this one over towards the first base side. Marte has it from the outfield grass, and they'll throw it over to first, and that's the end of the inning. So first 6 hitters of the Rangers all retired by Zach Gowen. Head to the bottom of the second. Rangers and Diamondbacks still scoreless. So how's everybody doing tonight? Comment down below what you guys have done today. That is cool. What did I do today? I helped somebody set up their Roku TV. So that was nice. I went back to visit my college radio station after I visited a friend for lunch today. That was really nice. Fire alarm went off, and that usually doesn't happen at all at our radio station, but I guess because I was there, stuff happens, I guess. That was really weird. But it was nice to see some old friends and, see some seniors that are still there, that were sophomores and freshmen when I was there. Makes me feel a little bit old, but it also keeps me young, in a sense, That was cool. Ugh. But how about you guys? Let's take a look at some other scores. Let's go to NBA really quickly. All right, we'll do NBA and then we'll do NHL. William McKay says, I'm doing good. Nice. Let's take a look at some scores. All right, so we got the Trailblazers taking on the Detroit Pistons. Pistons are up 75-62 with 5:36 left in the third quarter. Raptors lead at 73-52 with 8:53 left in the third quarter. Hawks are up 59-50 against the Wizards, as that game is just going into halftime. Celtics are up by 18 points going into halftime, 66-48 against the Pacers. Then you got the Nets taking on the Miami Heat. It's a 48-38 lead for the Heat with 3:42 left in the second. Cavaliers beating the Knicks 46-43 with 2:35 left before halftime. As Lourdes Gurriel Jr. comes in, and he'll take the strike to start off the bottom of the second against Nathan Eovaldi. And you got the Pelicans taking on the Thunder. Thunder are winning 46-25 with 5:15 left in the second quarter. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Rockets up by 11 as the first quarter has just come to an end. 36-25 is that score. No balls, 2 strikes here to Lourdes Gurriel Jr. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball back up the middle for a base hit. And Gurriel Jr. comes up with a leadoff single to start off inning number 2. That's the first hit of the game tonight. I hate it when it does this. I don't know what it is. It's like a malfunction or something. So a leadoff single by Gurriel Jr. Now Alex Thomas is due up as he swings and just fouls off that first pitch. Excuse me. Timberwolves lead at 24-17 against the Nuggets with 1:48 left in the first quarter. And we got 4 more games going on tonight. So a runner over at first. No balls, 1 strike to Alex Thomas. Eovaldi kicks, fires, and swung on and missed. The other 4 games, of course, will be Bulls and Mavericks at 8:30, Grizzlies and Jazz at 9, Kings and Warriors at 10, and Clippers and Lakers at 10 as well. That game will be on ESPN. And during the next break, we'll do NHL scores. No balls, 2 strikes here to Alex Thomas. The 0-2 pitch. It's inside for ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Alex Thomas. Eovaldi already with 26 pitches, which is pretty high. Just got to continue to work up that pitch count. That's all it comes down to. 1-2 is the count to Thomas. Eovaldi throws back over to first. It's not in time. Jacqueline's here. What's up, Jacqueline? How you doing? 1-2 is the count. Eovaldi kicks, fires. There's a high bouncer over to shortstop. Seager has it and throws over to first. And there's 1 out. Going over to second, though, is Gurriel Jr. as he advances into scoring position. I went to my program in Vineland, New Jersey, and went to all my groups, then watched TV there. Now I'm watching you, JJ. Oh, that's cool. Tracy, you're from Vineland? Wow. Here's Longoria, the pitch. Line drive it out to left field, and Carter's there to make the diving catch. The throw back over to second, not in time. And Evan Carter just robbed Evan Longoria on a base hit. That was a really big play by Carter. And again, this is a guy that gets called up in September, and he's just making these big plays in the World Series. Just want to continue to emphasize that as his story continues to be a shining light for this Texas Rangers. So Longoria lines out to left field. And now Geraldo Perdomo's coming up. So Gurriel Jr. was safe over at second as he had to go back by force. And Perdomo comes up. And that's on the outside corner for strike 2. Now you're still in Millville. Wow. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, 0-2 is the count. We're in the bottom of the second. There's 2 outs and a runner over at second. We're still scoreless. Perdomo at the plate, and he takes that pitch way up high for a ball. So the Rangers, in case you are wondering, they lead the series 3-1. They split the series at home and have taken the first 2 games of this series out in the desert. The 1-2. It's outside and low. So Eovaldi went with a splitter there. Diamondbacks are so far 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position tonight. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The next pitch just fouled off as Perdomo stays alive there. You're still in Millville. Nice. What do you mean by groups? If you care to elaborate on that, I was just curious. Time is called very quickly by Eovaldi. He has 33 pitches. There's a guy who won the World Series with the Boston Red Sox and has been a veteran. He's 33 years old. Was drafted by the Dodgers back in 2008. as the 337th overall pick. Lots of twos on the board. Bottom of the second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner over at second to Geraldo Perdomo. And he takes that one inside and high for ball 3. Perdomo also number 2. I believe that's his jersey number. The payoff pitch to Perdomo. There's a fly ball. It's hit out to right field. And coming in is Jankowski, and he's there to make the catch over towards the line. And now we go to the top of the 3rd inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. Still scoreless at Chase Field. All right, let me take a very quick step off. I will be right back in just a few moments. Be right back. All right, we're back. We're back, everybody. Hopefully you're having yourselves a great night. It is Wednesday night. It is Wednesday, 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time on the East Coast, of course. So we head to the top of the 3rd. So 7, 8, and 9 are due up in the order for the Texas Rangers, for the Lone Stars. They got Heim leading things off. It'll be Tavares batting second, and Jankowski is in the hole. And he's the number 9 hitter. So, as we mentioned, just to take a look at some of the other scores, you got for NHL scores, Flyers and Buffalo are tied 2-2. Calgary Flames taking on the Dallas Stars at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We got the St. Louis Blues taking on the Colorado Avalanche. Nathan McKinnon and the Avalanche. That'll be at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And then you got the Arizona Coyotes. They're playing out in Anaheim against the Ducks at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Like different groups, like we're... Oh, wow, that's really cool. Wow. That's awesome that you're a part of that. I think that's so nice. So Jonah Heim is up at the plate, and he skies that, or hits that one over towards second base, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time. Meant to say that he shoots that one, but it came out of skies. So grounder over to second, and now Leody Tavares will come on up to the plate. There's Torey Lovullo being interviewed by Tom Verducci on FS Sports. The pitch that's down low. 1 ball, no strikes to Leody. He takes a knuckle curve in there for a strike. So Gowan is still out there. He has the knuckle curve really going for him. He's been able to really throw it at the knees and provide a lot of good velocity to it. Tavares 0 for 12 in the World Series. Still looking for his first hit. The 1-1. That's just a hair outside for ball 2. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out in the top of the third. And there's a chopper that's fouled off over towards the third base side. In the postseason, just has a homer and 3 RBI and is batting just a tick underneath the Mendoza line. You're thinking that Tom Verducci's using a little bit of color for his hair? Maybe. That's a possibility. I don't know. I wasn't really studying him. But the 2-2, there's a fly ball. It's hit out to center field. It's carrying, going back over right in front of the track, and Thomas is there to make the catch. So Tavares flies out to center, and he is now 0 for 13 in this series. 8 up and 8 down for Zach Gallen. Now Travis Jankowski will step into the box. So in case you're wondering, all right, Chase Field, as far as the field dimensions go, as Jankowski hits one up the middle, Perdomo has it, and throws it over to first in time. So that's going to end the inning as we got another 1-2-3 inning thrown by Zach Gallen. And we head to the bottom of the third. I need to do better with that. Sometimes I guess that when I do this, and I don't know why I continue to make these mistakes, but I do. But I probably should present these field dimension stuff and do that like during either inning changes or at the beginning of the inning. That's just a mental note for myself. All right, let's head over here. We got 23 lovely people on here watching and 22 likes. So if you have not hit that thumbs up button, you definitely should. You really should. So the name is Jason. All right. I graduated from Rowan last year and have been doing sports broadcasting on here for a little bit of time. For 10 months, which really isn't that long. Feels like it's been a while, but it hasn't. And I have to also continue to remind myself of that as well. But yeah, I'm having a blast doing this. It's been a lot of fun and very engaging for sure. Tracy wants to know. All right, Tracy wants to know if we watch WWE wrestling also. We do not. We do not. I don't really watch a whole lot of UFC fighting either. And I am, like, if it's on, you know, I'll be into it. It's a sporting event. But I'm not really a big fan of it. You know, I'm not really somebody that is like, I gotta watch WWE tonight. You know, if I'm out with some friends and if it's on, of course I'll watch a little bit of it. But no. Same thing with Formula One. I mean, like, if I was ever told that I gotta cover a sporting event, I would do it. Of course I would do it. You know, and I'd learn more about it. And I'd be willing to do it. For sure. That's how the business goes. But as a fan, just to answer your question, no, I'm not. But how about you? Are you? No score yet. Let's see who strikes first, says John. Thanks for coming on here, John. Appreciate it, man. So here comes Corbin Carroll. Carroll will lead off the third inning, and he splits this one up the middle for a base hit. He's able to part the Red Sea there. So Carroll gets a leadoff single. He walked his first time up and got a stolen base, and Carroll comes through once again. Is able to get a hold of Eovaldi. So John Liu, right on cue. Now Ketel Marte's coming up. Rangers were able to take last night's game by a score of 11-7. Now Marte's up. He takes that one low. You asked earlier how I was doing. I'm doing great. Sitting here watching the sunset and listening to your channel, says Norbert Joe. Are you also in Houston? I don't know if I asked you that yesterday, and I do apologize about that because I'm good at remembering those types of things, but I guess I wasn't at the time if you said that. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. It's inside and low for ball 2. It was actually just low. It wasn't inside. But regardless, it's a 2-0 count to Ketel. So Marte grounded out to second, his first time up, and was able to get Carroll over to third base. As Carroll leads off over at first here, the 2-0 pitch. It's down low for ball 3. The throw back to first, not in time. As Carroll slid back in there safely, and Heim got up really quickly to make a good throw to first. So 3 balls, no strikes. We're just in the bottom of the third inning, and we're scoreless so far. Yeah, I used to watch WWE wrestling on TV. Now, can watch it on here on YouTube. 3-0 pitch, runner goes. It's outside for ball 4, and that's going to put runners over at first and second. So Marte walks, Carroll singles, in vice versa order. And now Gabriel Moreno is coming up to the plate. And Mike Maddox, the pitching coach for the Rangers, wants to have a quick talk with Eovaldi. Try to settle him down here as Eovaldi shakes his head and grabs a piece of the rubber, shaking off the sweat that he has with his baseball cap off. So as we're in this little timeout, for both managers, all right, we got Bruce Bochy on the Texas Rangers. The Diamondbacks, their manager is Torey Lovullo. Mike Maddox is the pitching coach for the Rangers, and the pitching coach for the Diamondbacks is Brent Strom. Then, of course, over at first base right now for the Diamondbacks, we've got David McKay as the first base coach, and Tony Perez-Chica over at third. The Rangers' first and third base coaches are Corey Ragsdale and Tony Beasley. Eovaldi, in his first 5 starts, only distributed 5 walks. And tonight, we're only in the third inning, and he has 3. Moreno steps into the box. So he has an open stance here. The bat level to his shoulder. He lays down a bunt over towards the first base side. It's captured by Eovaldi. The throw over to first is in time, but the sacrifice is complete. And Carroll goes over to third. Marte goes over to second. And that puts 2 runners in scoring position. And the Diamondbacks playing some small ball. And now we're looking for something big from Christian Walker here. Good job by Moreno to just surprise everybody and lay down the bunt. I didn't think he was going to do it, but he surprised me too. So that leaves first base open. Here comes Christian Walker, and he takes a curveball outside. Oh, I don't care. I don't care who wins the World Series. That's why we're calling this game like it's a national cast. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, and 2 runners on. The next pitch, it's in the dirt. It was a breaking ball. And it takes a bounce in front of Heim, but nobody's going to go anywhere. Carroll stays put over at third, and Marte will stay stationary over at second base. Two and 0 is the count. Infield playing pretty deep, except over at first base. The pitch to Walker. It's fouled off. It's what they do, says Hardcore for All. Yep. That is what they do. But Moreno hasn't really laid down a whole bunch of bunts. The D-backs are 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position tonight. Rangers haven't even had an opportunity because all 9 batters have been retired by Zach Gallen. 2 balls, 1 strike to Christian Walker. The pitch to Walker. Fouled off. Another cutter. That goes out of play. So the Diamondbacks field dimensions out in left field, it's 330 feet. In left center, it's 376. Straightaway center is 407. And right center is 376. And right field itself is 335. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 runners on with 1 out. The pitch. Another grounder that's fouled. This time it's over towards the third base side as it'll hit the tarp. The height of the outfield wall, out in left field and right field, it's 7 feet 6 inches tall. And out in center field, it's 25 inches tall. The 2-2 on the way to Walker. Swing and a miss. And Eovaldi gets a strikeout by throwing him a fastball. It was a gimme right down the heart and soul of the plate. And Walker was very late on that pitch. So 2 runners still in scoring position, and now Tommy Pham's up at the plate. There's a line drive hit over towards shortstop, played on the bounce by Seager. The throw over to first, it's in time, and that's the end of the inning. So the first 2 runners were able to get aboard. The Diamondbacks can't score anybody, though, and we go to the top of the 4th, still scoreless in Game 5 of the World Series. What was 25 inches? The center field wall. 25 feet, I said. I said 25 feet. 25 feet. Yeah. Did I say 25 inches? If I did, I have to apologize. I haven't had my best night. But yes. I like Texas to win because they never won it, says Michael B. Michael, what's up, man? Thanks for coming on. And for kicking it with us. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, Carter Hart leaves Flyers game early with mid-body injury. Now I need to check that out. Sucks. It really blows. Does it end today, or will the D-backs force a Game 6? I think it ends today, says Jose. Jose says he thinks it ends today. First of all, hello, Jose, and thanks for coming on here. I'm going to say that the Diamondbacks have it in them to do this. I do. I believe in them, but I think it's going to go. I still think, guys, it has the possibility of going to 7. I don't think it. I'm not telling you that definitely it will, but the Texas Rangers, I know that they scored a lot of runs last night, but personally, with the way that the Diamondbacks clawed their way back, I didn't really learn too much about the Rangers, except that they can still hit without Adolis Garcia. Don't know if you know Bobby Knight passed. Yep, I know that. I know. He'll get treatment in regards to Carter Hart, Hardcore for All says. Yep. What's up, Ian? Here comes Marcus Semien. First pitch, line drive, hit over towards shortstop, diving stop by Perdomo. He throws over to first and gets Semien out. Good play by Geraldo Perdomo as he was able to throw a strike over to first. Walker actually had to dig it out, and he did a good job at doing so, but that was a screamer hit over towards the shortstop side, and Geraldo Perdomo just taking away a base hit right there. Yeah, I haven't really been hearing a whole bunch from Diamondbacks fans. First pitch to Seager. There's a grounder hit over to second base, and 2 pitches and 2 outs so far here in the 4th inning by Zach Gowen, and he hasn't even thrown 30 pitches, just on 29. So, two quick, pretty quick results. Now Evan Carter will step up to the box, and he takes the first one outside. That was a heck of a range. It most certainly was. So Gowen, with just 3 pitches in this 4th inning, has 2 outs recorded already. The 1-0, that's a strike. It looked a little low. But Brian Knight has been pretty good behind the plate. Wait, hold up. Oh, Bobby Knight. Of course, the home plate umpire's name is Brian Knight. Yeah, Bobby Knight. Yes. The 1-1, that's down low for ball 2. Carter is 5 for 17 in this series with just 1 RBI. The 2-1 to Carter, that's a strike. Again, it looked a little low, but it's a called strike anyways. That's confusing. Fans standing as they rise here at Chase Field. Base is empty. We're in the top of the 4th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 men out. Carter at the plate, Gowen on the bump. The pitch, it's just a little bit low. Carter batting in the cleanup spot, and Mitch Garver waits in the on-deck circle. The 21-year-old from Elizabethton, Tennessee, with the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And he strikes out there. Zach Gowen has not a scratch on him tonight. His 4th straight 1-2-3 inning in a row. And we go now to the bottom of the 4th. He's been absolutely lights out. Wow. 4 perfect innings for Zach Gowen. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you comment down below. My name is Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. Hopefully you're having yourselves a fantastic night. Be sure that you like, subscribe, and turn on those notification bell icons. That way you know when I go live or when I upload. All right? That's all I got to say. Other than that, come on here and have a good time. Yeah. That's all I got to say. Mike Green with a little yawn there. Yep, sorry about that. I've had a long day today. So, yep, I know. I've had a long day today, but I'm really happy that you guys are here. I am. I'm very happy that you're all here with me and that you're kicking it and enjoying your time. That's the most important thing. Yeah. All good, dude. Yep. Flyers just got started their 3rd period. It's 2-2. I watched a single. Ian Leslie says, I watched a single to punch in those 2. I wanted the single to punch in those 2 and score in position, next man up. So Carter's out. Carter Hart's out with the injury. Yep. I heard all about it. Yep. Not happy, man. That really blows. Do we know how he got injured? Larry, do we know how he got it? Do we know how he got injured? And of course, Buffalo just scored. It's now 3-2. Scored on a power play. Figures. That's a gut punch. That really is a gut punch. Sold out crowd here at Chase Field, and Zach Gallen has been perfect so far. Just a core body injury, so not a knee. Okay. First pitch by Eovaldi is down low for ball one. So, Eovaldi with 49 pitches, 48 coming into this inning. The 1-0 on the way. That's outside for ball two. Flyers are stalled recently. Gurriel, 6 for 15 in this series. He had a 3-run homer in the 8th inning of last night's game. There's 5 RBI in the World Series so far. The 2-0 pitch. There's a cutter at the knees for strike one. So the inning will be Gurriel, Thomas, and Longoria. Those are the guys that'll be batting. 2-1 offering. There's a bouncer. It's fouled towards the third base side. So Lawrence Gurriel Jr. in his career versus Nathan Eovaldi is 8 for 21 with 2 homers. And that does include the playoffs. On deck is Thomas. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. There's a fly ball. It's hit out to left field. And coming in is Carter, and he's there to make the catch. Lost track of the ball for a very quick second, so I do apologize about that. There's another out. As Gurriel Jr. flies out to his counterpart, left fielder Evan Carter. Here's Alex Thomas, who takes a high strike on the upper third of the zone. Thomas, 23 years old. It was a second-round selection in first-year player draft back in June 12th of 2018. As he slices that one foul. He was also selected to play in the annual Double Duty Classic, which is hosted by the White Sox at Guaranteed Rate Field. And that's an event which celebrates the history and traditions of the Negro League Baseball and showcases the next generation of inner-city baseball players, which was really cool that he got to do that. The 0-2 pitch. Down low for a ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. The next pitch, it's just fouled off. Was a 2018 graduate of Mount Carmel High School in Chicago, Illinois, and was also a Gatorade Illinois baseball player of the year back in 2017, where he batted .470 at 5 triples, 11 homers, 43 RBI, and 59 runs scored in just 35 games. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Thomas. The next pitch, there's a grounder hit over towards the first base side, and the throw over to first by Simeon is just in time for out number 2. And now Evan Longoria is coming up. So Game 6, if necessary, will be on Friday back in Arlington, Texas, and Merrill Kelly will be going up against Jordan Montgomery. That's who the starting pitchers will be for both teams. Montgomery pitching for the Rangers and Kelly for the Snakes. Here comes Longoria, who was robbed on a base hit his last time up on a really nice sliding catch by Carter. Takes the first pitch low. The pitch, just off the plate. Fall is my favorite season. To a pitch, there's a fly ball. It over towards the right field side. It's going to drop in for a base hit as it bloops out towards the right field line. Longoria's thinking about going for two. The throw over the second is not in time. And Longoria gets on with a 2-out bloop double. So an opposite field bloop double by Evan Longoria. And that's the first extra base hit tonight for the Arizona Diamondbacks. But fall certainly is my favorite season. It used to be summer, but I love the fall. I love the color of the leaves, and I love being able to wear flannels. Here comes Geraldo Perdomo, and he takes that pitch low. But what's your favorite season? All right, and why? Comment that down below. Which season is your favorite out of all the seasons? The ball's 1 strike to Perdomo. The pitch. It's outside. You also have really nice fall festivals. Some really cool vendors that people do in the fall. Starts to get a little chilly. You're anticipating the winter's coming. The 1-1. That's inside and low for ball 2. El Solo's here. What's up, man? 7:17 until I own July. So summer is your favorite season. 2-1 pitch. It's just fouled back towards the screen. I consider the fall to be holiday season. That's just me personally. But I know that you have a lot of nice Christmas movies and stuff like that. But that's a part of the holiday season too. 2-2. Way up high and outside for ball 3. Tracy says, my favorite season is summer because I would go DIW. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The next pitch, strike 3 called. Got him looking on the outside corner. And Perdomo wants an explanation from Brian Knight. And he'll get one there. But that's the end of the inning as he gets caught looking on strike 3. He thought it was ball 4. And there we go to the top of the 5th inning. Down the shore. Okay, there we go. JJ, I mostly like spring or fall. Seeing the leaves both leave and come back is always refreshing, says El Solo. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I am. I'm totally with you. I think that's a good explanation, man. I do. I also think that it's nice that during fall, right? You got Halloween. You have the colors of the leaves changing, and it's just, I don't know, like it's spring is nice, like don't get me wrong, but I like the little bit of cool air that's out there in the fall because you also have the sports going on and potentially all 4 sports playing together, that 1 week of the season. I think that's really cool. So I like the fall. I really do. I think that's my favorite. But if anybody else wants to comment their favorite season down below, please feel free to do so. And if you haven't done so already, I do encourage you all to click that like button and click that subscribe button. We're doing the rest of the World Series. We're also doing, we do Phillies baseball, Sixers basketball, Flyers hockey, and Eagles football as well. So if that interests you, I do encourage you all to, follow this channel. Flames are up 1-0. We also need 2 more subscribers in order to get to 1445. I don't know how many subs or likes we have, but I hope we're at over 30. Let me see how we're doing. We got 26 people on here, so that's pretty good. We need 2 more to get to 30. Come on. 2 more till we get to 30. All right. Boy, that looks good. That was really good. 22 likes. Now we got 28. We got 28. You have to refresh your phone. It probably came in when you were on at 22. Be right back, okay, JJ? Yep, of course. I'm still bummed about our loss. Oh, dude, I'm still bummed too. Jacqueline says good night. Good night, Jacqueline. Thanks for coming on here. Man, how can you not be bummed as a Phillies fan? Of course. I wanted to talk about it today, but we're going to have to do it tomorrow. So, Zach Gallen has been perfect through 4 innings. And he pitches the top of the 5th. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 that are due up in the lineup. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. So Mitch Garver struck out in the 2nd. He's 1 for 16 in the series. Just homered off of Zach Gallen. That was the only hit he had. The pitch down low and outside for ball 1. "37 pitches by Gallen, and we just started the 5th, the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Rangers, I'm surprised they've been really aggressive at the plate. And Gallen has really been pitching like an ace out there. And there's nothing bad that you can say about his performance. He's been lights out. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the 1-2 pitch. It looked deceiving, but Garver held the trigger. It was down low. So Garver played for the Minnesota Twins. He's in the Rangers uniform. Is on the World Series roster. The 2-2 just fouled off. So Garver is batting in the cleanup spot tonight. 2-2 pitch, another foul ball there. Played with the Twins from 2017 to 2021, so this is now his 2nd season with the Texas Rangers. In 2019, he had 31 homers with the Twins and had a .273 average, and that was his best season statistically. The 2-2 pitch, another foul ball. So Gallen's knuckle curve tonight, they actually have him saying that he's used 35% of his 35% of his pitches have been just on knuckle curves itself. 2-2 pitch. There's a fly ball. It's hit out to left field. It's carrying going back towards the track. And Gurriel Jr. just makes the catch in front of the wall. And Zach Gallen continues to be perfect. Garver almost solved him right there, but it just stayed in the yard. One out in the top of the 5th, and Josh Young is due up next. The 25-year-old up at the plate. There's Brent Strom, the pitching coach for the Diamondbacks. Has to like what he's seen from his pitchers so far tonight, as Gallen throws a fastball just outside. 3 strikeouts, 3 flyouts, and 7 groundouts, all thrown by Zach Gallen. The 1-0 pitch. Ooh, swing and a miss. That changeup was just on the inside corner. And the count is 1-1. Gallen 17-9 in the regular season with a 3.47 ERA. Was 6th in majors in strikeouts with 220. The pitch. Another knuckle curve that's just tapped foul. One ball, two strikes. The 1-2 to Young just fouled off. So we just updated the Flyers score. There we go. It's 3-2 Buffalo with 11:41 left in the third period. Young is 6 for 17 in this series. Still doesn't have an RBI. The 1-2 on the way. There's a fly ball. It's hit out to left center field. It's carrying going back towards the track. And Gurriel Jr. makes the catch. Just in front of the wall. I don't know how he got to it, but he did. And Zach Gallen says, "Thank you, Gurriel Jr." Even some fans high-fiving each other, and they look shocked. And there's 2 outs now. Nathaniel Lowe will come on up, and he takes the first pitch downstairs. So the baseball gods said no to Josh Young, and yes to Lourdes Gurriel Jr. The 1-0 pitch in there for a strike at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike, 50 pitches in the gas tank so far by Gallen. The 1-1 delivery. Downstairs again for ball 2. And that pitch was really well struck by Young as well. Hit out to left center field. 2-1. Check swing. Did he go? No. They say over at third base. So there's a 3-1 count now to Nathaniel Lowe. Let's see if he went around. It's hard to tell. 3 balls, 1 strike. The next pitch, it's down low for ball 4, and there's the first base runner allowed by Zach Gallen tonight. So the perfect game not intact anymore as he allows a walk there. There's a 2-out walk to Nathaniel Lowe. America's game of the week will be Cowboys and Eagles on Sunday. We're going to be covering that game. That'll be very, very nice. 2 outs, time up at the plate. And he takes a fastball at 93 miles per hour for strike 1. So the no-hitter still intact, of course, for Zach Gallen. The ball's 1 strike. Gallen kicks, fires, and it's just fouled off the mask of Gabriel Marino. Perfect game is gone. The ball's 2 strikes to Jonah Heim. The pitch upstairs. Another fastball. So the Rangers, they lead the World Series 3-1 against the D-backs. Rangers were able to take game 1. They lost game 2, won game 3, and won game 4. We're still scoreless in the top of the 5th. The 1-2 pitch, there's a high bouncer hit over towards the first base side, but it's going to dribble out of play. And Heim stays alive. But he'll have to go back to the batter's box first. El Solo with a Fuego sign. Yes, sir. I didn't see what that was out of the corner of my eye, but that's the moon. Moon is on the rise. 22 pitches in this inning for Zach Gallen. And if you combine the second, third, and the fourth inning, that's how many pitches total he's thrown in each of those innings combined. One ball, two strikes. The next pitch, it's popped up, but it'll go out of play behind home plate. I keep thinking that tonight is Thursday night. I just don't know why, but I do. Allen gets set at the letters again. It's the signs, the 1-2 pitch. A big swing and a miss there by Jonah Heim. So no hits allowed in 5 innings by Zach Gallen. And we go to the bottom of the 5th as the Diamondbacks are coming back up to bat. All right. Man, who's going to win this ball game? Comment down below. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the bell icon so that way you know when I upload or if I go live. We're doing the World Series. We also do 76ers. We do Phillies. We do Flyers and Eagles stuff as well. Excited to start the Flyer season after the World Series is done. So that'll be very, very nice. Which sport is your favorite? All right. Are you guys just baseball fans, or do you like hockey as well? Or do you like basketball as well, or football? Or even just other sports like tennis or soccer? Let's give those sports some love too. So if, we accept all sports. I want to hear it down low. Arizona 2 runs coming up. Maybe El Solo. Maybe. William McCase is Texas. So you're rooting for Texas. Okay. Cool. It's hard for me to believe. I'm looking at this VR commercial, the virtual reality of the baseball swing and everything. But it's interesting for me to, believe that Bryce Harper, when he was recovering from his Tommy John, he did this like before he got batting practice, and he really liked it. Thought it really helped him. He talked about that, and I just think it's interesting. I like watching all sports. After falling in love with the Phillies, I'm kind of surprised. Nice, man. Cool. Yeah, I used to just be a Phillies fan for a while. And then I got into the Sixers, then I got into football, and then the Flyers were sort of like the last one for me in regards to all the Phillies sports, but it's tough because how can you love a team that just hasn't been to too many playoffs since 2000, though they haven't been to any since 2010, but still. Well, they have been to one. Yes, they have during the pandemic year. But still. First pitch to Corbin Carroll. He pops it up out to right field, and there's one away as Jankowski's there to make the catch. So Marte's due up, and he takes a splitter outside, batting on the left side. Marte just 5 for 19 in the series. He was coming into the series really hot against the Phillies. Won the NLCS MVP as he swings and misses at the next one. It's a 1-1 count now. That was the first time that Carroll has been retired tonight. He walked, stole a base, and singled before he just popped out to right. The 1-1 is outside for ball 2. Excuse me. I do really like his purple batting gloves. The 2-1 pitch. It's inside for ball 3. Now, if you were, a hitter, and you're up at the plate, and you wanted your batting gloves, or if you wanted your batting gloves to stand out, what color would you wear for your batting gloves? 3-1 pitch. There's a foul ball over towards the third base side. I like the light green ones, personally. Not necessarily neon, but the light green ones I think are pretty cool. I think that's a good color. But it also depends on the uniform, Depends on the color of the uniform as well. But what color batting gloves would you wear? 3-2 pitch. Down low and inside. And that's the 4th walk allowed tonight by Nathan Eovaldi. He hasn't allowed a run, but still, it's a lot of walks for him. So Marino will step up to the box. Marino had a 2-run single last night in the 9th inning. The pitch. That's on the outside corner at the knees for strike 1. The purple on purple is kind of much. I'd probably go black if I was Arizona and white for Texas. Okay. The 0-1. That's outside by a hair for ball 1. I think that's a good. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that. Now, would you go with if you were wearing an elbow guard, would you also color coordinate that too? Or would that be different? The next pitch, that's at the knees for a called strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're still scoreless in the bottom of the 5th. There's 1 out and a runner over at first. Diamondbacks up to bat. Marino in the 3 spot. That could be purple. The 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called at the knees. And there's the 3rd K of the night by Nathan Eovaldi. Yeah, that could be purple. And now Christian Walker's coming up. That was a really good pitch thrown by Eovaldi, too. Just had a lot of life to it. And ended up being at the knees. So now Walker is due up. Walker will slice that pitch out to right field for a base hit. And going over to second base, of course, will be Marte. He's rounding his horses and going over to third. And that's going to put runners at the corners in the bottom of the 5th. So Christian Walker is able to get on with a single. And he needed that. But the Diamondbacks are trying to get over that hump. They've really struggled today with runners in scoring position. And here's another golden opportunity for them. That was absolutely scorched out to right field. You just absolutely smashed that thing. Yeah, the elbow guard, I think that could be purple. So runners over at first and third. Marte's at third. Walker's at first. 2 outs. Here comes Pham, who hits a dribbler that's fouled towards the third base side. Tommy is 0 for 2 tonight. 8 for 18 in this series. With a fielder's choice tonight and a ground out as well. Oh and 1 is the count. Eovaldi versus Pham. Nathan gets set just below the letters. Kick steals the pitch. It's outside and low for ball 1. And Walker's going to jog over to second because nobody was covering the bag. Nobody was covering the bag. And now that puts 2 runners in scoring position. Boy, how could nobody cover the bag? 1 ball, 1 strike. The next pitch to Pham, it's down low for ball 2. And Eovaldi has looked a little bit wild in this at-bat so far. I mean, Simeon and Seager were just playing both back, and Walker's like, I'm just going to jog over to second. They didn't even move. 2 balls, 1 strike to Tommy Pham. Walker's at second, Marte's at third. The 2-1 pitch. It's just outside for ball 3. A hitter's count to Tommy Pham as Lourdes Gurriel Jr. waits in the on-deck circle. Diamondbacks fans screaming pretty loudly and waving the rally towels. The 3-1, it's down low for ball 4, and that's going to load the bases. Still 2 outs, and Pham goes over to first. Walker stays put at second, and over at third is still Marte. And now Mike Maddox, the pitching coach for the Texas Rangers, will have a conversation with his pitcher here as Eovaldi is in another stressful situation. He's in a little pickle here. So the 6th man to come up is Lourdes Gurriel Jr. This is absolutely huge. Not one empty seat in the house at Chase Field. Bases juiced. And Bradford is now getting loosened up in the Rangers bullpen. Just in case this inning gets out of hand. It's Cody Bradford, that is. Eovaldi, that was the 5th walk that he's allowed tonight. He only allowed 5 walks in his first 5 postseason starts. Just to put that in perspective. Marte's at third, Walker's at second, and Pham's over at first. And Lourdes Gurriel Jr., who had a 3-run homer in last night's game, is coming up to the plate with the table set for him. He's 6 for 16 in this series and 1 for 2 tonight. The first pitch was a grounder hit over to shortstop. Seager has it, flips it over to first. It's in time. And Nathan Eovaldi gets out of a bases-loaded jam. And that's how we go to the top of the 6th in scoreless fashion. And the Rangers are coming back up. I was shocked that he swung at the first pitch there. I mean, if you're in that situation, you really have to be confident that that's your pitch. Yep, that is really insane. Wow. 4 hits and they come up with a goose egg. If you are new to the channel, hit the like button and hit that subscribe button, man. We appreciate each and every one of you. And we hope that you're all having yourselves an incredible night. Why is this not updating? Refresh browser when it becomes active. That's so weird. I'm sorry that this is not refresh. I expected it to. But yeah. All right, it's now 5-2 Buffalo. Well, that's what happens when you lose Carter. It's too bad, man. That's tough. Hopefully Carter's going to be okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe, says Larry. Yes, do not forget to like and subscribe. Larry, did you DM me yet? Just out of curiosity. Did you send me a message yet? Just curious. Rangers take 3-1 World Series. That was a little bit ago. How many people do we have on here watching? 28 people. Nice. And we just reached over 33 likes. Awesome. Let's get to 40, man. Most that we got in the World Series is 50. So, I'd like us to reach that again, but it all depends on what happens in the rest of this game. But yeah, hit the subscribe button and turn on those bells, man. Turn on the notification bell icons. That way you'll know when I upload. So Gowan has not allowed a hit in 5 innings, and he's thrown 59 pitches, just 1 walk allowed. That's 4 Ks. Here comes Taveras, and he grounds this one over to second base, backhanded by Marte. He throws over to first, and there's already 1 out in the top of the 6th. So they continue to, Rangers are just taking a lot of hacks at Zach Gowan. I've always thought, like, it's fine, like, if you're swinging at the first pitch, but there just comes a time, like, where it doesn't hurt to make him see more pitches or just to try to see more pitches just to make him work a little bit. Here comes Travis Jankowski, who throws the first pitch way outside for ball 1. Travis has been added to the everyday lineup for Adolis Garcia. He played yesterday and is playing tonight. As Garcia left with an injury back in Game 3 of the World Series. 2 balls, no strikes. Gowan behind in the count already, the Jankowski. The pitch, way outside for ball 3. Travis grounded out to second in the 3rd. The pitch by Gowan, it's at the knees for a strike at 93 on a 4-seamer. The 3-1 pitch. There's a pop-up hit out to left field. Gurriel Jr. backs up just a little bit, and he'll make the catch. Top of the 8th and the 9th. Texas Rangers come back tonight. 20-0 record now. Game 6-7 Arizona runs. 2 outs and nobody on the pitch. That's outside and low for a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes to Marcus Semien, who's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. So Courtney believes that the Texas Rangers are going to come back and win. Well, not really come back, but that they're going to come out on top. The pitch. It's a 1-1 count now. Really don't have a whole lot of action tonight between both teams. It's just been more of a pitching duel. The 1-1. It's another foul ball there. It's a 1-2 count. So 2 outs in the top of the 6th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gowan versus Semien here. Gowan has 68 pitches tonight. Fans waving the rally towel. The 1-2 pitch. Line drive, foul towards the left field side. And that certainly scared a lot of fans. Gowan with the glove at the letters, winds up and delivers. It's down low for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Marcus Semien with 2 outs. The pitch, another grounder that's just fouled off. 4 walks 4 hits, lots of men left on base, says William McKay. Eovaldi's still executing, though. He is. Simeon fouled that right off of his left ankle. They're showing replays of it, and I honestly don't think that they should show a whole lot of that. Two balls, 2 strikes to Simeon. The pitch by Gowan. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Zach Gowan with 6 no-hit innings tonight in Game 5 of the World Series. He has been absolutely sensational on the mound. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Snakes coming back up to bat. This game is set up Texas, full Arizona. I'll come back and ties tonight, or game tonight. You'll come back to a tie game tonight? I can't necessarily always understand you, Courtney. I do apologize. I do apologize about that. But yeah, you think that Texas should win. So that I do understand. But I can't always understand you. And I'm trying to. Oh, boy. What's up, El Solo? How you doing, man? Thanks for coming on here. The name's Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ, of course. We covered the World Series. We also do Phillies baseball, Flyers hockey, and Eagles football. And 76ers basketball. We need 2 more subscribers to get to 1,445, by the way. If you've been on here for a little bit of time, I do encourage you all to hit that subscribe button. Yep, I saw. Well, I have the scoreboard up here, man. I've been following all along. I really have, as we've been doing this. Also had the game on over towards my right side. I did. Not a whole bunch of action tonight in the chat. It's been a little bit quiet. But I kind of like it, you know. I'm a little quiet tonight, personally. This game has been pretty quiet. But I think we're just trying to relax a little bit more tonight. And there's nothing wrong with that. Are any of you guys into meditation, by the way? Because I probably should be doing a little bit more meditating. Sometimes I do it. But I do like using the app Calm. But I'm curious to see if you guys like meditation too. And if it helps you. First pitch is swung on and missed. Spike the like, says Larry. So Thomas and Longoria and Perdomo are due up. In this bottom of the 6th, the 0-1 pitch was a fly ball. It's hit out to left field. It's pretty deep. It's going back towards the track, but it's a foul ball. The count is 0-2. So you think it's going to end in the 11th and that the Rangers are going to win 4-0 against the Diamondbacks? Okay. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch just fouled off. So Eovaldi's still out there. And this probably, I assume, is going to be his last inning. He has 88 pitches. It's an 0-2 count in the bottom of the 6th. Bradford getting loosened up in the bullpen for Texas. Eovaldi gets set again, kicks, fires the 0-2. It's bounced foul again. Holy cow, this game is still scoreless. It is. Only 4 hits. And they're all by Arizona. Zach Gallen throwing a no-hitter in 6 innings. Of course, we remember Framber Valdez was able to do that last year against the Phillies in the World Series. The 0-2 pitch, there's a grounder, hit back over towards Eovaldi, and he charges over to first, throws it underhanded, and there's 1 out. Diamondbacks had the bases loaded too in the bottom of the 5th with 2 outs, but were able to come up empty-handed. Gurriel Jr. grounded out to short to end the bottom of the 5th. So here's Longoria, and he fouls that one away. Evan is 1 for 2 with a double in the 4th. He's 3 for 10 in this series with just 1 RBI. He got robbed on a base hit on a really nice sliding catch by Evan Carter. That was in his first at-bat in the 2nd. The 0-1 delivery. A big swing and a miss by Evan Longoria. And it's an 0-2 count now. No balls and 2 strikes to Evan Longoria. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A splitter. And there's the 4th strikeout of the night by Eovaldi. And Geraldo Perdomo is coming up. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 6th inning. This has really been just a very tight game. The Diamondbacks, they've been given opportunities, and Zach Gallen has just been mowing down the Rangers lineup. But the Diamondbacks, every time they get a runner in scoring position, they just can't score. First pitch to Perdomo is just chopped foul. So Perdomo 0 for 2 with a flyout and a ground out as well. The 0-1 down low. So Eovaldi is 10-1 in postseason starts. The only loss that he had was against the Houston Astros back in the 2021 ALCS. It was a 5-0 loss, and that was when he was on the Red Sox. The pitch. It's a curveball in there for a strike. So 96 pitches by Eovaldi. He has been going toe-to-toe with Zach Gallen. Gallen just has a no-hitter, though. 4 hits allowed and 5 walks, if you will, by Eovaldi. As time is called by Perdomo. And the 5 walks, if you were to take his first 5 games of the postseason, that's how many walks he's allowed tonight. The 1-2 pitch, strike 3 called on the outside corner. And for the second time tonight, Geraldo Perdomo gets caught looking at an outside pitch to end the inning for strike 3. We go to the top of the 7th. It's 0-0. And the Rangers are coming back up to bat. The moon looks cool. All right, it is time for our Phillies, or for our MLB trivia question of the day. Our World Series question of the day. So make sure that you comment your answers down below, and if you get the answer correct, you'll hear this. If you get the question wrong, that's what you'll hear. So JJ, what is the trivia question today? The record for most home runs in a World Series is 5. By which 2 players? Which 2 players have hit 5 homers in a World Series? 2. So which 2 players have hit 5 home runs in a World Series? It's not 1, 2. So I want to hear your answers. Anybody? Bueller? Which two players have hit 5 home runs in a World Series? That's the question. We'll keep this thing going. Reggie Jackson. That's 1. And who's 2? Reggie Jackson's 1. Babe Ruth and Mickey Mantle, says Larry. No. Who's the second one? Garrick. Billy Stargell. Who's the second one? It's really not that hard. Think of who we cover. Okay? Think of who we cover. That's the hint I'm going to give you. So Reggie Jackson's 1. Who's 2? Corey Seager comes up. Mickey Bonds. We don't cover the Giants. We cover a team. Ryan Howard. 1 ball, no strikes. Zach Gallen out there on the mound. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Close, not Schmidt. It's not Harper. 1 ball, 1 strike to Seager. The next pitch, it's fouled off. You're in the ballpark. You're definitely in the correct ballpark now. So 1 and 2 is the count. Gallen has a no-hitter through 6 innings so far. The pitch. There's a grounder hit over towards the third base side, and that's going to go into left field for a base hit. And that ends the no-hitter. So Corey Seager comes through and gets on with an opposite field single. Altuve, Lazinski. Worth. Morgan. All right, last guess. One more guess. Lenny Dykstra. It's Chase Utley. Chase Utley had 5 homers in the World Series in 2009. Chase Utley. I'm surprised nobody got that. Oh, my gosh. So Jackson and Chase Utley have the most homers in a World Series. And have 5. Wow, I'm sure shocked that you guys didn't get that. The 1-0 pitch. There's a line drive hit out to right field. Carroll's going to play it on the bounce, and Seager's going to go all the way over to third. And sliding in at second base with a double is Evan Carter. Chase Utley and Reggie Jackson. Those are the answers. I'm shocked. I was going to say Johnny Damon. No, we cover Phillies on here, Tom. We cover the Phillies. So that's what we covered. You probably didn't know that. All right, so 2 runners on. Here in the top of the 7th. So Carter is at second, and Seager is at third. Don't yell at us. We're not baseball encyclopedias, says Larry. Oh, stop. Chase Utley. You guys don't... That was like one of the only things that I remembered about the 2009 World Series was that Utley hit so many home runs. So now here comes Mitch Garver. The pitch. That's fouled off. So Gowan has given up his first 2 hits here in the 7th inning. No balls, 1 strike. We're in the top of the 7th. Nobody out, the 0-1. There's a ground ball back up the middle for a base hit. 1 run comes in to score. Carter coming to the plate. And it'll stay put over at third. Actually, it was cut off. It's a 1-0 lead. Mitch Garver is able to put the Rangers on top, and the first run is scored. Now, if you're Torey Lovullo, you may want to get somebody warmed up in the bullpen. Utley should have been World Series MVP. Hideki Matsui was good that year, dude. He really was. He was clutch. What about Cliff Lee then? Cliff Lee won them both games. Here comes Josh Young to the plate. First pitch, it swung on and missed. It was a slider that was downstairs. Utley was phenomenal, though. 6 no-hit innings and 3 straight hits allowed. So Ginkel is now warming up in the Diamondbacks bullpen. No balls, 1 strike. Young up at the plate, and he chops that one foul towards the third base side. The Rangers are 10-0 when scoring first this postseason. And the Diamondbacks, they're actually 7-0 when that happens. Gowan gets set at the letters, kick steals, the pitch, swing gonna miss. And there's 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Finally, he gets the first out there, and he's able to strike out Josh Young. So Torey Lovullo, he'll pull the plug here. And that's going to do it for Zach Gowan. So we have a pitching change, and Ginkel's now going to come in. And we'll be right back. Larry says spike the like. Yes, sir. I'm going to take a very quick step off. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. See you soon. right, here we go. All right, we're still in the top of the 7th. There's one out. First pitch is up high for ball 1. It's Nathaniel Lowe. So Ginkel has gone 10 innings. He has 14 strikeouts. No earned runs allowed. 7 hits allowed as well. The pitch, it's a slider that's just on the outside edge of the plate. They are also allowing fans to be in Arlington, Texas at Globe Life Field, as they're watching the game on their big screen. On ball and 1 strike with 1 out, the pitch inside for ball 2. And boy, did the Rangers fans explode as soon as the run was scored to put them up 1-0 on that RBI single by Mitch Garver. He's still over at first base. There's runners at the corners. The 2-1 pitch, grounder hit over to first base. Walker's going to throw home, and that's going to put Seager in a pickle. Marino has it, throws over to third, and Longoria's going to throw it back over towards the pitcher, and Ginkel tags him out. So he got caught into a rundown. Meanwhile, the trailing runner did go over to second base, and that's just a fielder's choice. Round out, and there's 2 away. So that's going to go down as a 3-2. Let's see. A 3-2-5-1 ground out. There we go. Fielder's choice. Carter was the one that got caught over at third. And Bruce Bochy wants an explanation about something. Ragsdale, third base coach, I don't know what they're complaining about. But there's 2 outs. Bochy's not happy with something. So 2 runners on in the top of the 7th inning with 2 outs recorded. Runners at first and second, so Carter was out in between third base and home plate. Here comes Jonah Heim, who takes the first pitch way outside for a ball. One ball, no strikes. Heim up at the plate, batting on the left side with his red and blue batting gloves, and the pitch is next inside for ball 2. So the Rangers, they just got a run so far in this inning. They got all 3 of their hits against Zach Gallen. Mitch Garver was the one that got an RBI single, and that would score Corey Seager. The 2-0, it's popped up. And Marino takes off the mask, goes over towards the on-deck circle, and he's there to make the easy catch for out number 3. So, it's time to go now to the bottom of the 7th inning, as the Rangers have a 1-0 lead against Arizona. All right. It was at 10 o'clock now. So now is when the game really starts to slow up. That's what's probably going to happen here. Score now 7-0 Rangers go home tonight. And Arizona, Texas leads 4-1. World Series 100%. Best players. Next free agent. Courtney, I can't understand you, dude. I really can't understand you, and I apologize about that. I'm having a hard time understanding you. Ugh. This is probably one of the toughest World Series games I've had to call. I'd say it probably is the toughest one, actually. Just because I'm also a little bit more naturally quiet tonight. I don't know why. But it's just that type of a vibe. There's a saying in hockey and in basketball that shooters got to shoot. Corey Seager and Miguel Cabrera. What about them? What about them, Courtney? Is Corey Seager, Miguel Cabrera, is that what you're saying? Comment yes or no down below. Corey Seager and Miguel Cabrera. So, in case you are just tuning in, all right, the name is Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. We need 2 more subscribers to get to 1,445 subs. And I hope you all will become members of the Play-by-Play with JJ family. All right. I started this channel 10 months ago, and I've really enjoyed this grind that we've been doing. It's really been a blast. And we want to just continue to grow the community. So there's Mitch Garver getting interviewed by Ken Rosenthal, as Chapman's going to pitch the bottom of the 7th, and Carroll's going to show bunt at the first pitch, and takes it back, and it's a ball. It looked like it was a strike at the knees. So Chapman spent the regular season with the Royals and got traded to the Rangers. He's gone 7 1/3. He's allowed 2 earned runs, 7 hits in the postseason, and the 1-0 pitch. There's a line drive it out to left field. On the run, though, is Carter, and he's there to make the catch. I gotta tell you that run that the Rangers put up there, that might be equivalent to 5 runs with the way that this game has gone for the Diamondbacks. Because they've had their chances. They've had 9 men on base. They just haven't been able to get anybody home, even with the bases loaded. Here comes Marte, who takes that one outside, way outside for ball 1. So Marte's walked twice. Dropping a like, man. What a game. I know, dude. It's crazy. The 1-0, it's a 100 miles per hour. It's just outside and low for ball 2. So Chapman gets set at the letters, winds up, kicks, deals, and throws 101 miles per hour up high and outside as well. So Marte batting on the right side. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Marino waits in the on-deck circle. Thanks so much for doing that, CeeLo. Drop your link down below too, man. The 3-0 pitch. It's inside for ball 4. And there's a 1-out walk charged to Chapman. It's weird, though, because at the same time, Chapman has really struggled in bigger innings in the postseason. It seems like more times than not. Throw back to first, not in time. It does feel like that from the eye test. One out, and the next pitch, it's outside and high for ball 2. Again, it reaches the triple digits, but Chapman can't find the strike zone right now. Marino had a sac bunt in the 3rd. Still 1 out here. Marte leads off over at first base. The next pitch, it's in there for a strike. So I beg your pardon, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. John Randolph's here. What's up, John? Thanks for coming on. I honestly don't, Katie says, I honestly don't think the Diamondbacks are going to bounce back from this one. Texas is 2 innings away from being the champs. Anything can happen. The 1-1 Just sliced foul towards the right field side. We got 28 lovely people watching. Thank you all so much for being here. Chapman gets set from the stretch, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 101 miles per hour on the radar gun for Aroldis Chapman. John says, I do think that they come back. They've just really had a hard time scoring, man. And Bruce Bochy is going to go out there and make a move. So he goes with Chapman, and now Walker is going to come up to the plate, and it'll be interesting to see who he puts in. It'll be Josh Sborz. Okay. I'm biased, though. I have a bet on this going to Game 6, says John. Huh. Wow. What a boring World Series, though. Yeah, man, it's been a little tough. It has. Tonight's been a little tough just because we've also been pretty quiet tonight. This is the least watched of all time. Is it really? And of course it's when I start my YouTube channel. It really is. It's so funny. I do think that that's funny. If you are new, though, make sure that you like and subscribe and hit the bell icon, man. It would definitely have a lot of buzz if the Yankees were in it, or if the top markets, or even Philly was in there. JJ, you're the only reason people are watching. Thanks, man. It could be boring, but Diamondbacks get 2 points and win, and I'm happy, says Cybus. Like boxes. Yeah, man. It's, these types of games, I've learned that sometimes silence can be golden. And sometimes if you don't have too much to say, it's not necessarily a bad thing. And for a while, when I was doing games, I thought that that was a bad thing. The problem is that when you're doing it on here, you don't necessarily have the crowd noise to back you up. So it is a little different because you kind of have to do extra work and imagine that in your head. But yeah, people don't even have favorites anymore. They have bets that they need to hit, says John. You're right, and that's an interesting point that you make. And I'm happy that you brought that up because that's how it looks like that in some ways that sports is shifting towards that way. It is. Pitching battles are cool too. I do appreciate them. I do too. 1,000%. I didn't know that. Here comes Christian Walker, and Sborz is out there to pitch to him. He throws that one outside for ball one. I'm curious, and I'm sure that he's going to answer during his press conference, but I'm curious as a manager, you got Chapman out there. Why in this spot would you go with Sborz? Just out of curiosity would be one of my questions. The 1-0 pitch. That's a breaking ball in the dirt. It bounces in front of Heim, but it doesn't get too far away, and Marte stays put at first. David McKay had to give him a little pat on the back just for reassurance that he was okay as to not going. We got 38 people on here watching. 2 balls, no strikes. Hit the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. The pitch to Walker just fouled away. So again, Josh Sborz is out there on the mound. So Nathan Eovaldi is the guy that got the start. Did pretty well tonight. Sborz gets set at the letters. Winds up. Kicks, fires the pitch. Line drive into center field. It'll be caught, though, right by the center fielder, Taveras, and that's going to end the inning. So no runs, and Chapman, I don't know what's going on, but he was in the dugout and being hugged around by, I don't know if that was a translator or what, but that was a little bit weird. But there we go. To the top of the 8th. How did they get 2 outs? Because Chapman got 2 outs recorded. I don't know. How did he get 2 outs? Let's see. I thought I kept score for that. So Walker lined out to center. Marino struck out. Marte walked, and Carroll lined out. Okay, so Carroll lined out to left. Marte walked. Marino struck out, and Walker just flied out. I missed the second out. No big deal. No, I mean, I should have. I thought that I wrote that down in my scorebook, but I didn't. So I was a little bit behind the 8 ball there, too, man. I was. So this is like officially like the least amount of viewers that a World Series has had ever. Like, is that true? You seem tired tonight, JJ. I am a little tired tonight. I am. But I think that part of it is just by doing this every day, you know? And there comes a point where sometimes, because this is still new, right? And because we've been doing it almost every day, I think that we have been actually doing it every day for about a couple of weeks. So, it gets to you sometimes. And some nights you just don't have it. Other nights you do. So, JJ, we forgive you, says Jericho. Thank you, man. Yep. It means a lot. But, yeah, I'm happy that you guys are here. It's a good thing. We're just a little bit, as I mentioned, just a little bit more quiet tonight. And there's nothing bad about that. So we go to the top of the 8th inning. It's a 1-0 lead for the Rangers. Taveras will show bunt at the first pitch, and Ginkel will just let the third baseman Longoria field it. Throw over the first. He got him just in time. That was a really good play by Evan Longoria. He barehanded it and threw a dart over to first. And Taveras is out. Surprised everybody by coming down with a bunt there, and that was the right thing to do. He was looking for his first hit of the World Series, and Longoria just made a really good play and turned back the clock. So 1 out in the top of the 8th. Here comes Travis Jankowski, who takes the first pitch low. So Travis is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. He's 2 for 6 in this series, had 2 hits, both of his hits last night. The 1-0 delivery by Ginkel. It's downstairs. They did try to check the swing to see if he went, but they said no. John says, yeah, I just checked. According to Nielsen, this is the World Series with the least views. Okay. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch on the outside corner for a strike. I know for sure the first game was the least watched ever since TV, but I'm not sure about the whole series. I'll have to check. Okay, so then you did check. Got it. The 2-1. There's a breaking ball that's down low for ball 3. On deck is Marcus Semien. 3 balls, 1 strike to Jankowski, and the next pitch is outside for ball 4, so Ginkel issues a walk there. So there's 6 teams in baseball without a World Series title, and the Rangers are one of those teams. Now, the other 5 teams are the Brewers, the Padres, the Mariners, the Rockies, and the Rays. First pitch to Semien is down low. The Brewers, they were established in 1969. And the Padres were also established in that same year, 69 as well. The next pitch is fouled off. Texas Rangers on that list too. Rangers were established in 1961. Yeah, I think that's interesting. Throw back to first, not in time to get Travis Jankowski. The Rockies, for some reason why, I thought that they did have one, but then I remembered that they lost to the Red Sox in 2007, so that's why I thought that. The 1-1 pitch, line drive into right field for a base hit. Carroll gets to it, and stopping over at second is Jankowski. So there's an opposite field single by Marcus Semien, and that puts 2 runners on, and Corey Seager is coming up to the plate. The Brewers have their minds on craft beer. They're distracted, says Jericho. So Corey Seager's coming up, and this is a big spot for him. If the Rangers do win the World Series, he probably has to be the front runner for World Series MVP. Along with Garcia. Well, Garcia started off the series really hot. But Seager, he's been playing. He's been really sharp. There is a timeout on the mound as the pitching coach Brent Strom went out there to have a little conference there. So Semien's at first, Jankowski's at second, and the lefty Seager's coming up. Rangers lead it 1-0 in Game 5 of the World Series. They lead the series 3-1. The pitch, a foul ball. It's hit over towards the third base side. Ginkel will deliver from the stretch. And he kicks, fires. It's chopped foul towards the first base side again. Rangers won Game 1 of the World Series by a score of 6-5. Diamondbacks then would take Game 2 by a score of 9-1. Rangers would take Game 3 3-1. Rangers won 11-7 in Game 4. Here's the 0-2. It's up high for ball 1. And they lead it 1-0, the Rangers that is. In the top of the 8th with 2 runners on and 1 out. Ginkel with pitch number 20 coming up. Here it is. It's upstairs. I can't believe the Rays don't have a bingo World Series victory. Yep, the Rays haven't won the World Series. They lost to the Phillies. They lost to the Dodgers, too. The 2-2 on the way. Good eye by Seager. He is locked in as he takes that slider in the dirt. See, I wonder if he would have swung at that on a 3-2 pitch. Maybe Ginkel might go after that same pitch again. The payoff pitch, he did try to, actually. And it was low and outside, so Seager does not bite. And that's going to load the bases. So the Rangers have something cooking here. As Seager gets on with a walk, he'll be rewarded first base. So Semien's at second, Jankowski's at third, And the pitch to Carter, it's down low. Carter's 1 for 3 with a double in the 7th. He's 6 for 19 in this series. Ginkel kicks, fires, and it's outside for ball 2. Paul Sewald getting loosened up in the Diamondbacks bullpen, and you can see why. Diamondbacks have their backs against the wall. Rangers have the bases loaded. The 2-0 pitch in there for strike 1. "25 pitches for Ginkel in this inning. The 2-1 offering, strike 2 on a sinker at 96. The Rangers got their only run on an RBI single by Mitch Garver. The 2-2 to Carter, swing and a miss, and Ginkel is able to strike out Carter right there. Man, I'm shocked that he went after that. So now there's 2 outs. And here comes Mitch Garver, who takes the first pitch downstairs. Garver is 7 for 16 in the postseason with runners in scoring position. The 1-0, there's a sinker at 96 taken for a strike. Fans stressed out, and a lot of hearts are racing here in Arizona. The 1-1, a foul ball just behind home plate. Mitch Garver is 1 for 3 in this ball game. He had the RBI single in the 7th inning. Zach Gallen threw 6 scoreless innings and then just gave up 3 hits in a row. And that was one of them. The 1-2. It's down low again for ball 2. Jankowski's at third. Simeon's at second. Seager's at first. And there's 2 outs in Game 4 of the World Series. Rangers lead the series 3-1. They're up 1-0 in this ball game. The 2-2 to Garver, swinging a ground ball, hit over to shortstop. Perdomo was going to throw over to first. It's in time. And Ginkel gets out of the jam. And Arizona Diamondbacks fans happy that Ginkel got out of the inning. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Diamondbacks down to their final 6 outs. All right, Apple attack. David's here. JJ, do you think we would have had a chance against the Rangers if Rhys Hoskins didn't get injured and we made it this year? I don't know, dude. I can't really say. The Phillies didn't execute. That's what it comes down to, man. The Phillies, no excuses. But I don't care if Rhys was healthy or not. They weren't the better team. But thanks for coming on here, dude. I appreciate it. I didn't want to answer your question at that time because the bases were loaded and that took priority. But yes. Geez, about time. Get him out of there, says John. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and turn on those notification bell icons so that way you know when I go live and when I upload. All right? Please comment down below. And we need 2 more subscribers to get to 1445. It was a great season. We turned Trey's season around. Can't say another fan base wouldn't do that in baseball. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to talk too much about it tonight. Tonight's not really appropriate to talk about it. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yes. So the Rangers lead Game 5 of the World Series 1-0. Both teams have 4 hits. The only difference, though, is an RBI single by Mitch Garver. Sick a sip of water. So the Flyers did lose. I don't know why this score's up. Oh, it's because I had that in the bracket. Okay, so now we can just turn this off. Okay. And we can turn that off too. All right. How you guys feeling about this game? Comment down below. This honestly, as weird as it sounds, it is a good game. It's just obviously a great pitching duel. And that's what happens. I do like seeing this in the World Series. So Tommy Pham will be leading things off as the Diamondbacks are down to their final 6 outs of their season. Boers still out there. The first pitch is down low for ball 1. And if you just subscribe to my channel, please comment who you are down below because then I'll give you a shout out. I really will. Boers had a 5.5 ERA in the regular season as he throws the 1-0 way inside and high. But his ERA in the postseason, 0.90. So here's Pham, who has gotten on base tonight. 0 for 2 with a walk. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch. Up high for ball 3. I also forgot to mention that Ketel Marte, one of the other stories is that he's now on a 21-game postseason hitting streak. 3-0 pitch. Could have gone either way, but it's a called strike on the inside corner. So it's Pham, Gurriel Jr., and Thomas that are due up for the Arizona Diamondbacks. The 3-1 on the way. Foul it off. And we'll do it again. Lords is 1 for 3. He did ground out with the bases loaded back in the middle of the game. 3-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss as Boers went with a fastball that just whizzed by Tommy Pham at 95 miles per hour. And the last fastball had some good movement, in all honesty. Tip your cap to him. 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Here comes Gurriel Jr., who grounds this one over to shortstop, backhanded by Seager, throws over to first. It's in time, and there's 2 outs now in the bottom of the 8th. Gurriel Jr. has not had the best plate discipline tonight. Lots of swings at the first pitches and just getting on top of pitches. And Alex Thomas is coming up. He's 0 for 3. All 3 at-bats he's grounded out. And he swings and misses at a curveball that was low for a strike. We got 46 people on here watching. Make sure that you like and subscribe, man. No balls, 1 strike. And 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th. The 0-1 pitch, grounder, hit back up the middle for a base hit. It actually hit off the top of the mound. I don't know if it got a piece of spores or not, but he does get up, and he seems to be okay. But Alex Thomas gets a 2-out single. Let's see, where did it hit? He went down to 1 knee. Didn't even hit him. So the tying run's over at first, and Pavin Smith is going to be pinch hitting here for Evan Longoria. They go with a lefty. So Smith in the postseason is 3 for 9. Doesn't have any RBI. And Mike Maddox will head on out to the mound. Have another conversation with his pitcher. He's had a lot of timeouts tonight, to be honest with you. He really has. So Thomas leads off over at first. He got on with a 2-out single. And the home plate umpire, Brian Knight, is going to break up the conversation. Yeah, 52 people on here watching. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. If you are new to the channel, make sure that you like and subscribe and turn on those notification bell icons so that way you know when I upload. All right, we do World Series baseball. We do Sixers basketball, Flyers hockey, Eagles football, and Phillies baseball on here. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1-0 Rangers. Thomas leads off at first. The first pitch to Pavin Smith. He takes a curveball downstairs, just in the dirt. So Smith, as I mentioned before, batting .333 in the postseason. As he comes in to pinch hit for Longoria here. Spores with 14 pitches in this inning. The 1-0. That's on the outside corner in the eyes of Brian Knight. Thomas leads off over at first. And again, Smith up at the plate. Thomas will stay put as the 1-1 is just fouled back towards the screen. Rangers lead the series 3-1. They won the first game by a score of 7-6, or 6-5, excuse me. Then the Diamondbacks won Game 2 by a score of 9-1. Rangers would then take Game 3, 3-1, and would also take Game 4, 11-7. The 1-2 pitch, check swing, did he go? They say no. Over at third, it was on a breaking ball that was in the dirt. Heim blocked it out in front of him, and the count is now 2-2. Smith, the 27-year-old, in one of the biggest, if not the biggest, at-bat of his life right here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a runner over at first. Rangers lead it 1-0 in the bottom of the 8th. The 2-2 to Smith. There's a fly ball hit out to left field. It took him foul, and that goes out of play. Smith was a 7th overall pick by the Diamondbacks back in 2017 and made his debut on September 12th of 2020. Geraldo Perdomo waits in the on-deck circle. Josh Spores, the 29-year-old, still on the mound. Bradford and Leclerc getting warmed up in the Rangers bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Spores kicks, fires the pitch. Strike 3 called. And Smith gets caught looking on a wicked curveball at the knees. And that's going to end the inning as we go to the top of the 9th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. And the Rangers lead it 1-0. They're coming back up to bat in the top of the 9th inning of Game 5 of the World Series. All right. So, yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, I encourage you all to spike the like and hit the subscribe button. We need 6 more subscribers to get to 1,450. I would really appreciate that. So the name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We're doing the rest of the World Series. We also do Phillies games, Sixers games, Flyers games, and Eagles as well. So if you are interested in that, if you like my play-by-play style, I really do encourage you all to subscribe to this channel and comment down below. Let's have a conversation on here. Let's make this interactive because you guys are the best, man. You really are. I love each and every one of you. There we go. So now the algorithm wants to show this to a bigger audience. That's funny. That's really funny. That actually cracks me up. I think that the algorithm was surprised I was even going to do the World Series, and that's why they didn't really show me too big of an audience before. Because we averaged about, during the Phillies playoffs, we averaged about over 120 people. So, it was fun. That was a lot of fun. Larry says, spike the like. Yes, sir. The algorithm is messed up, says my Aunt Janice. Life's not always perfect. It's not always fair. It's how life is, you know? So, can't really complain. But I'm happy that you're all here, and that's the bottom line, you know? Oh, boy. Thanks for kicking it with us. So we're going to the top of the ninth. The Great Walrus is here. Missed most of the game, but I made it. You made it. Let's go. Hey, guys, now the party starts because the Great Walrus is here. The Great Walrus, he's the man. He's the myth. He's the legend. He actually is the best. We love him, man. He's great. He's absolutely awesome. All right. The Rangers on the verge of winning the World Series, and they're 3 outs away, but first they got to come up to bat as they're going to the top of the 9th inning. Josh Young will lead things off. Paul Sewald will come in to try to limit the damage. In the first pitch, there's a line drive up the middle for a base hit. So not a good start whatsoever by Paul Sewald as he allows a single to Josh Young. He's been a really good third baseman this season for the Rangers. I love everyone too. But I am the Walrus. Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. Oh, that's such a great song. Here comes Nathaniel Lowe, who takes a sweeper that's just outside for ball 1. So Sewald has pitched with the Seattle Mariners and the Diamondbacks. He's 34 for 39 in save opportunities this season. This, of course, not a save situation, though. The 1-0, it's downstairs for ball 2. So Emmanuel Rivera is over at third base, playing for Evan Longoria. 2 balls, no strikes, and nobody out in the top of the 9th. The 2-0 pitch, line drive into left field for a base hit. So Sewald allows 2 singles on 2 fastballs. And Lowe gets a piece of the action by hitting it out to left field. It was a very good swing. Lowe had his head down and went the opposite way and was just able to get it underneath the glove of Rivera. 2 on, nobody out in the top of the 9th. Paul Sewald on the mound. He'll face Jonah Heim here. The pitch. Line drive into center field for a base hit. And 1 run's going to come in to score. It goes underneath the glove of Thomas. Carroll has to go all the way towards the wall. 2 runs will come in. Lowe's going to score and come into the plate. And staying put over at third base, I should say, is the runner over at third. So it's a 2-run base hit in what is a collapse for the Diamondbacks. So Heim comes through, gets a single, and on a routine ground ball, it goes underneath of Call's glove as he mistimed it. He was early. The pitch, it's in there for a strike. So it's a 3-0 lead for the Rangers. No balls, 1 strike to Leody Taveras. The 0-1 fouled off. They do rule it as an error out in center field, and rightfully so. So that's an RBI single by Jonah Heim. Jung scored on an error, and Lowe scored on an error 2. The 0-1, it's down low for ball 1. I think that one of the runners probably would have scored on the hit. There's still nobody out, mind you. 1 ball, 1 strike to Leody Taveras, who still is looking for his first hit of the series, and he swings and misses at a fastball and goes down swinging. Say it's a 1-2 count. He was headed back towards the dugout. So there's Alex Thomas. That is a big mistake. Heim is all fired up, and that's why he's standing over at third. So there's 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. And Travis Jankowski's coming up. The 4th run, potentially, is over at third. That is Jonah Heim. Nine pitches by Sewald, and he has not looked like himself out there. Comes Travis Jankowski, who hits a grounder over to shortstop, backhanded by Perdomo, checks the runner at third, and the throw is made over to first for out number 2. So Bruce Bochy and the Texas Rangers are 3 outs away from winning the World Series. He's the 3rd manager to take 3 different World Series teams to the World Series. It's impressive. Here comes Marcus Semien. Fouls that one off. As much as I would like to see the World Series continue, I have to say, unless some miracle happens, the Rangers got this in the bag, says the Great Walrus. Semien up at the plate. The 0-1. There's a fly ball hit out to deep left field. It's going back towards the track. It's gone! The Texas Rangers have exploded in the 9th off of Paul Sewald. Marcus Semien went 406 feet and hit a 2-run blast off of Sewald, and that's going to skyrocket his ERA. It's now 5-zip in the top of the 9th. And now Corey Seager will come on up, and he swings and misses at a sweeper. Boy, the Texas Rangers have really silenced this crowd. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch, check swing, ground ball hit over to third, and Rivera's just going to eat it up, and Corey Seager gets on with an infield single on a check swing. That fastball was right down the middle, and Marcus Semien may have put the dagger in it. Here comes Evan Carter. Takes the first pitch. It was a ball, but it's a called strike. Looks like the World Series will stay in Texas for another year, says Houston to Dave. No balls, 1 strike to Carter. The 0-1, it's down low, a sleeper at 85 miles per hour. The Rangers are 90-7. We're 90-72 in the regular season. And they lead at 5-0 here. The 1-1. It's popped foul behind the plate. And the count is now 1-2. No team has won World Series game after having no runs and no hits through 6 innings. And Zach Gallen literally had a no-hitter through 6 innings. The 1-2 outside for ball 2. The 2-2 pitch to Carter, inside and high. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 men gone. In the top of the 9th inning. Houston to Dave says, you don't score, you don't win. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss on ball 4. And, well, we go to the bottom of the 9th as the Texas Rangers are 3 outs away from getting the job done and winning their first World Series in franchise history. Three outs to go, says Houston to Dave. If you guys are new to the channel, spike the like and hit the notification bell icon so that way you know when I upload. All right, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We're doing the World Series. We also do Phillies baseball, Flyers hockey, Eagles football, and 76ers basketball. So we do play-by-play for all that stuff. And, yeah. You know, the whole reason why I started this channel is because I'm a broadcaster from South Jersey, and I graduated from Rowan last year, and I was told by the Phillies radio announcer, Scott Fransky, I met him at a networking event at Rowan, that he told me that I got to get reps. And we did 127 of the 162 for the season for the Phillies, and we've been doing a lot of basketball. We're getting our reps with football, and we're going to start getting our reps with hockey, too. And we have a blast, man. We really do. We have a lot of fun on here, and we want you guys to become a part of the Play-by-Play with JJ family. If you guys like our content, if you guys like the way that we broadcast on here, please, by all means, feel free to hit that subscribe button. That's all you got to do. Oh, man. We need 6 more subs to get to 1450 as well. Love some hockey talks, says Houston to Dave. Yeah, man. Can't wait to start. We're going to start next week. So, that's going to be really nice. Hockey is the one that we definitely need to get reps with because we don't have as much experience with it. But I'm excited for the challenge, and it'll be really nice, you know? Oh, boy. Oops. Thought that there was something there. Take a sip of water. So we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It's a 5-0 game for the Texas Rangers. It wasn't always 5-0. It was 1-0 for a majority of the game. It was actually no score for a majority of the game, I beg your pardon. And then Mitch Garver was the one that hit an RBI single. So now Geraldo Perdomo is coming up, batting on the left side. Spores and the Rangers are 3 outs away from winning the World Series. First pitch is in there for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 to Perdomo. That's in there for a strike. It looked a little bit low. But it's an 0-2 count now on a curveball at the knees. Lots of close-ups on lots of Diamondbacks players on the TV side. The 0-2, it's down low and outside 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Spores gets set at the letters, winds up, delivers the pitch. Line drive foul. So the Diamondbacks were able to beat the Milwaukee Brewers in the NL Wildcard Series and sweep them. They also swept the Dodgers, who won the NL West. As the 1-2 is called strike three on a curveball that was at the knees. And there's one out in the bottom of the ninth. The Diamondbacks would then beat the Phillies in the NLCS, and that's how they got to the World Series. As Corbin Carroll's coming up. The Rangers were able to beat the Rays, the Orioles, and then the Astros. First pitch is down low for a ball. And they are just 2 outs away now from taking the World Series. The 1-0 pitch, it's popped up sky high. Heim gives it a look behind the plate, and he's there to make the catch. And the Arizona Diamondbacks, with their season on the line, are down to their final out. And all is up to Ketel Marte, who won the NLCS MVP. First pitch, it's just a hair down low. Sborz' 29 was the 74th pick of the 2015 draft by the Dodgers. The 1-0 pitch, it's just fouled off the mask of Brian Knight. A guy that was 11 for 11 in the regular season. And he's looking to get the final out of the World Series here. The 1-1 to Marte. That's a curveball in there for a strike. And the Diamondbacks are down to their final strike. Rangers 1 strike away from winning the World Series. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch just inside by a couple of inches. Two and 2 is the count. Sborz gets set at the letters, kicks, fires, strike 3 called. And the Texas Rangers are world champions of baseball. For the first time in franchise history, the Texas Rangers have won the World Series. And they do it out in the desert. It was not an easy road for the Rangers. At the end of the regular season, they were battling for the division with the Seattle Mariners and the Houston Astros. The Astros would then take the division. The Rangers would then take the wild card on the very last day of the season. The Rangers would then make it all the way to the championship series as they were down 3-2 against the Astros. And not only did they get to the World Series, but with Adolis Garcia, their heart and soul of the team, and Max Scherzer, one of the best all-time pitchers, they still win it. And Bruce Bochy has won his 3rd World Series championship with 3 different teams. Was able to win 3 with the Giants, too. Crazy. Who's the World Series MVP? Well, that is a very good question, because we are going to stay on here to see who the World Series MVP is going to be. Fred Jonestown says Corey Seager MVP. Lowest combined wins in a regular season, says the Great Walrus. Glad the season is over. Congratulations to the Rangers, but if those calls weren't so bad, the outcome would be different, says John Leo. Congrats to the Texas Rangers. Thanks for the play-by-play call, JJ. I'll hear you at Flyers time, says Ian Leslie. Sounds good. Thanks, William. I appreciate that, man. I really do. They are interviewing Corey Seager out there, I believe. Or is that Evan Carter? I could not tell for a quick second. But man, oh man. How about this? Will Smith has also won his 3rd consecutive World Series in a row. He won it with the Braves in 2021 when they beat the Astros. He won last year with the Astros when they beat the Phillies. And then this year, he wins it with the Rangers. That's pretty insane. Fred Jonestown, thanks so much for going on here, man. I appreciate it. Hell of a run on the road for the Rangers. And let's give credit where credit's due. The Arizona Diamondbacks were an incredible Cinderella story. They played their hearts out, and Zach Allen today probably had his best performance in his entire career. Besides the 7th inning, he was really magnificent. Merrill Kelly was great. Torey Lovullo and his ball club really did a good job at getting here and earning this spot. There's Marcus Semien now being interviewed. He has some tears in his eyes. A guy that struggled throughout most of the playoffs. Gets a triple and a home run in his first, or in 2 of his first 3 at-bats yesterday. As soon as Garcia goes down, and he just adds on a big 2-run home run in that 9th inning to make it seem it was a 5-0 lead, but it seemed like it was insurmountable for the Diamondbacks to come back. How about Josh Sborz? That's his first save this postseason, and he was able to get the final 2 1/3 of an inning pitched in the World Series. D-backs hit well in the playoffs and pitched well too, says Houston to Dave. They did. Who would have thought that the Texas Rangers would win the World Series coming into this season? That's wild. I'm curious to see who's going to win the World Series MVP. There's Nathan Eovaldi, 5 wins this postseason. That's tied for most all-time in a single postseason. Wow. I want to see who wins World Series MVP, and then we'll sign off. But I have to see it. I couldn't see it before because I couldn't do it for the NLCS because they announced it really early, but we were all heartbroken. But because this is a national game that we're doing, it's just good to know. I'm happy that the baseball season's over, says Larry. Yep, I'm with you, man. We should be very proud of the Diamondbacks and also say congratulations to the Texas Rangers on winning the World Series, says Katie. Don't downplay the Snakes. They went above all odds. They did. And struggles to make it to the World Series. They surprised everyone They did. Most certainly they did. They did surprise everybody. 5 wins got to be tied with Cole Hamels, right? Yeah, I believe so. I do. I believe so. Just matters when you peak as a team. Rangers peaked at the best time. Hey, the Diamondbacks peaked at a pretty good time, too. So the Rangers set a single postseason record by becoming the first team in Major League history to win all 11 of their road games. There's Garcia hugging and lifting up Corey Seager. Just a replay of the celebration on the mound. Garcia with some tears in his eyes. Bruce Bochy hugging Max Scherzer. Scherzer played for the Mets, was traded to the Rangers, and he gets another World Series championship. So the Rangers win Game 5 of the World Series and are World Series champions, more importantly, as they shut out the Diamondbacks 5-0. Houston Davis' $800 million payroll World Series trophy for Texas, $125 million payroll for the Arizona Diamondbacks, says Houston to Dave. Now that is wild. That is really wild. And Corbin Carroll's the highest paid, because Christian Walker only got paid $6.5 million this year. Yeah. Tommy Pham, I don't know how much he was getting paid. Rangers must have the fewest home wins to win a World Series. Maybe. Because they lost. Well, no, because, well, yes, mathematically speaking, because they were on the road against the Rays. They were on the road against the Orioles. And yeah, they were on the road against the Astros. So yeah, you're right. You're right. Yep. I just want to see who wins the World Series MVP. But again, congratulations to the Texas Rangers. And congratulations to the Diamondbacks for having a great season. There's Mike Maddox, the pitching coach of the Rangers. He gets a World Series ring. Gary must be really proud of him, too. That hat looks pretty cool. It has the World Series trophy on the right side, and it says World Series Champions, but it has the Texas logo. It looks kind of like, it's not necessarily a Captain America type of a shield, but it has the logo in the middle with a little V in between that. Lots of good stories on the Rangers. Evan Carter, oh my gosh. A guy that literally gets called in September, makes an incredible catch in the World Series. He's batting cleanup in the World Series. And he's 21, and he's in the biggest of lights. That's really cool. Corey Seager, the injuries. We know all about what he was able to do, or what he dealt with in a Dodgers uniform. He was always injured. Comes through and helps his team when they need him the most. Marcus Semien, too. Another guy. And Josh Young. My gosh. You kidding me? Josh Young. 25 years old. He's from San Antonio, Texas. And went to Texas Tech. And he wins a World Series. If Seager wins the MVP, he will win both NL and AL World Series MVP. Yeah, that's right, because he did win the NL CS MVP. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, you're right, because he did win. He won with the Dodgers, too, in 2020. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The Rangers average about 5 runs a game this postseason, says Houston to Dave. Wow. That's wild. I just want to know who wins the World Series MVP. That's all I want to know. If you guys want to find out with me, stay on here. If you guys are still on here, and if you haven't hit that like button already, please make sure that you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well, man. I just want to see who wins. That's all I want to know. Are they going to show it? Oh, I got to go to FS1, don't I? To see who wins. Okay, so I got to change the channel. MLB on FS1. There we go. Max Scherzer 2, a great story as well. Yep. After World Series Game 5. Yep. I just want to know who wins. So comment down below, okay? Who does everybody think Corey is going to win? Okay, there we go. Corey Seager or Garcia or Eovaldi MVP. Okay, we're going to make a poll. That's what we're going to do. And I probably should have done this. All right, so let's make a poll right now. All right, answer the poll at the very, very top. We're going to make the poll. Okay, start a poll. Who wins the World Series MVP? So we're going to go with Eovaldi. We're going to go with Semien. Here we go. We're going to go with, who else? Seager. And we're going to go with Garcia. Here we go. We just hit 50 likes. Let's go. Nice job. All right. Who wins the World Series MVP? Comment your answers down below. And we're going to stay on here. So the Great Walrus says Seager's going to win. I tend to agree with you. I would vote for Seager personally. But I don't know, man. This team had a whole bunch of layers to them. I think that it's safe to say that those 4 should be the top 4 candidates. So I think that's what we're going to do. And it's safe to say those are the big candidates. The Seth Joyner show. Seth Joyner is a show on CW? I didn't know that. All right, teams to win World Series 2 years after losing 100 games. The 1969 Mets, the 1914 Boston Braves, and now the 2023 Texas Rangers. They like to give it to the pitchers, says Larry. Okay, here we go. So they're presenting the trophy right now. There's Rob Manfred and Kevin Burkhardt right next to him. I'm surprised Joe Davis is not out there. I love Kevin Burkhardt, but I'm surprised. All right, so Rob Manfred. Who's that? Is that the director? Or is that the president of baseball ops? I don't know. Here we go, says Givanoots. All right, so what do the polls say? They say 60% Seager, 20% Garcia, 17% Eovaldi, 0% Semien. Okay. I just had to put in Marcus Semien because he played really well in the final 2 games. How many votes do we have? We have 6 votes already. So keep voting. Come on. What are you waiting for? There's the Commissioner's Trophy. There's a lot of confetti being out on the field. And they're holding up the World Series trophy. Oh, boy, does it look nice. It looks absolutely beautiful. And as the confetti continues to be poured, Burkhardt is interviewing the Rangers president. That's who it is. He's Ray Davis. He's the managing partner and majority owner of the Texas Rangers. That's who it is. Okay. Wow. That's cool. Looks heavy. It looks pretty heavy. I remember when Howard lifted the World Series trophy, and I couldn't imagine how heavy that was. There are Diamondbacks fans that are staying here watching this. Gotta give those people credit. Being able to handle that. All right, come on. Who wins the World Series MVP? That's what I want to know. Please vote if you haven't done so already. Seager for the MVP, says Nelson Yoder. Okay. I'm with you. I always like the dejected losing team locker room interviews. Oh, I always love those too, because I feel like that you get a lot of emotion out of it. And, you know, when you see that emotion, like you feel for them, you know? You do. I remember when Joel Embiid was crying after they lost to the Raptors in the quadruple doink, in what was a back and forth series, and the crying and the emotions, even though he got memed for it, you feel empathy. Correct. That's the right word. You empathize with them. All right, so now they're interviewing Bruce Bochy. Now he's holding the trophy as he's getting interviewed. Bochy's like, I got to hang another one of these. Came out of retirement, too. He was sixth manager to win 4 or more World Series titles. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Did it. Oh. Now, what's that award that's right next to them? I can't. That's not the Field and Bible Award. What's that? I can't tell what that is. All right. 62% of you have said Seager. 12% have said Simeon, Eovaldi, and Garcia. Okay. Nice job, Bochy. Yes. Yeah, man. D-backs not only lost tonight, but they got shut out too. It's funny how they got shut out, and Zach Gallen had a no-hitter going. I still find that weird. Lowest TV rating awards. That's the other award that's next to them. That was funny, Larry. That was funny. That was really funny. I just want to know who wins it. Ugh. All right, he's raising it. Everybody's cheering. Is he gonna give a speech? Oh no, I thought he was. I thought Bochy was gonna give a speech. All right, so Corey Seager's being interviewed. So let's see if he wins the MVP. That probably means he's going to win it. The Willie Mays MVP award goes to... Here it is. It goes to... Corey Seager. He got it. He got it. You got it, man. Congratulations to Corey Seager. He deserved it. He did. He played really, really well. And he stepped up, man. He did. The Willie Mays MVP, Corey Seager. Yep, award goes to Corey Seager. So, is he one of the first people to win the NL and AL MVP of the World Series? Does anybody know that? NL World Series and AL World Series MVP. Has anyone won both AL and NL MVP? No, I want to know World Series MVP. Has anyone won multiple World Series MVPs? Okay, that one. Ring the bell for the Rangers. I can't do that because it's just the Phillies bell. You know what I'm saying? Fourth person to win multiple MVPs. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. I do appreciate that. So he's the fourth person to win multiple MVPs. That is pretty cool. There actually was a World Series MVP that was given to a player on the team that lost. And I didn't know this. But it was given to Robert Clinton Richardson Jr. He became the only World Series MVP to be selected from the losing team when he won the award for his play in the 1960 World Series. Reggie Jackson won it twice as Houston to Dave. Okay. Yep, I know that. I did know that. But yeah, that is an interesting fact that I did not know. I had no idea. Huh. Bobby Richardson. Yep, Bobby Richardson. It says Robert Clinton Richardson Jr. Yep, Bobby Richardson. Yep. I clicked it on Wikipedia. Huh. He played for the Yankees from 55 to 66. 8-time All-Star, 3-time World Series champion. Won the World Series MVP in 1960. Was a 5-time Gold Glove Award winner. Wow. It's pretty cool. Congratulations to Corey Seager. Congratulations to the Texas Rangers. And I think that we're going to close up shop, man. All right, we're going to close up shop. I had a fun time doing baseball with all you guys this season, okay? Before I do sign off, all right, if you guys are wondering, where are we going from here? We got basketball. We got football. And we got hockey. All right? In case you're wondering, like, what we're doing, come on in. Come on in and join us with all the exciting action because I'll bet you that you'll be surprised. I do. I think that you'll really, really enjoy all the content that we're putting out there. And then we'll be back for baseball season next year, too. All right? Well, you definitely will be. But I had a blast doing baseball with all you guys, and it was a lot of fun. All right? Cheers on 2023. Yep. Cheers on the baseball season, man. So now they're interviewing Corey Seager with the Fox Sports crew. Rangers win first World Series title in franchise history. There we go. Joins the show. I just wanted to know if he was the first person to win NL World Series MVP and AL World Series MVP. That's what I wanted to know. All right. Got you guys, and I love you all. We're going to sign off. And I will catch you on tomorrow night if you're going to watch the Sixers game. We'll be back on for the Sixers game tomorrow night. All right, I'll see you guys there at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. My dad says, good job, Jason. Thanks, Dad. Love you. All right. We're going to hit the hay pretty soon. All right, love you guys. Laila Tov, and good night.